Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Go until you're out of sight and you're out of my mind. Run when the rhythm's right. Go into the night. Floating as the river flows, easy as it goes to the ocean. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never tried. Secrets in your eye, you go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart, heart, breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart, 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 breaks my heart. Lost in the midnight blue shadows of the moon. Here with open arms for you, feeling something so new. Said with me you'd reach the sun. Oh, but we were so young. Till the summer's done, but keep me in your heart, so I hold on. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. So walk on by, I've got no reason to love you, but I do, I do, I do. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. Promise me, but you never tried. Secrets in your eye, you go and run, I'll hide. Show me colors of the sky, but all I see is gray. You lost me when you lied. I don't ever wanna be crowned, just another prize. It breaks my heart. Colors of the sky, breaks my heart. All I see is colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. Colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. But all I see is colors of the sky. Colors of the sky, but all I see is colors of the sky. All I see is colors of the sky. to the ground now, and somehow I feel like you don't know me. Shook me to the ground now, I don't even know how. Brought me to a life that you never showed me. Coming from a locked up ghost of yourself, but you're coming from the light. There's more to you than you ever thought there was. Yeah, you're coming from the light.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. My name is Resorty. Her name is Noms, and to you, one and all I say, I really don't want to push the start camera button. My green screen's been weird today. It might be just terrible. Fingers crossed. That's acceptable. Acceptable, fine enough for now. This shirt's blue, though. Does that appear to be blue to you?
No,
it looks white. Yeah, the shirt is definitely blue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, definitely blue. There's something weird with the camera settings. I do not know what it is. That's why I'm late today getting started, is because I went round and round and round in circles trying to figure out what on earth was wrong and just could not figure it out.
Nice saying hi to
There are lots of people saying hi to you. Do you want to say hi back to them?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Axix. Hi, Jack. I was saying hi to the people who said hi to me.
Oh, just
Everybody
personally.
Else is saying hi to you.
Oh, I see. Hello, Two Sashi. Hello, Pepper. How's it going? Molly.
Hi, it'll grow on you.
Welcome back, Fernand. It's a pleasure. White bounces off.
Hi, Man Doodly.
I absolutely agree that white bounces off. I cannot figure out why it's off, though. I've changed it Oh, it's such a disaster. Anyway, we'll fix this after stream. It's a white shirt. Lost, good seeing you. How you doing, my friend? Welcome, Quick Ben. Welcome back, Grobzilla. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Noms and Mr. Noms.
Hey, it's now my channel.
I mean, years back when we were talking about getting married, I think for a brief moment I floated the idea of changing my last name to your last name.
I thought it was a joke.
I mean, it was mostly. I thought it would be very funny to have like a stereotypically like pretty plain Jane average white person first name, and then like the most Japanese last name you can imagine.
Oh, yeah, there is actually someone in my field like that.
In your field? One of your farm workers?
Yes.
Anyway, hello folks. Hope you're having a very good day. Happy Friday. Happy Rimworld Friday. Our first week of teaching is done here, and I'm excited for a weekend ahead, in part because I slept pretty terribly last night, and now I'm ready to relax and spend some time enjoying the good things in life with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. How about you? How was your first week of teaching?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me how I slept. I slept beautifully.
How did you sleep?
Beautifully.
Excellent. Beautifully. Yeah. I don't understand.
Tired.
We went to bed after I went to bed, and you woke up before I woke up, and nonetheless, you're in good shape.
I think I slept. It's because it was like on a nice 6-hour cycle.
Yes. Also, you're a smaller person, so you need less sleep to refill yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hey, Nixon.
Glug, 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 glug,
Hello, Lamp. Grab you ready for the January Bash Show to be over. Truthfully, I've not watched any of the sumo yet. I'm hoping this weekend to catch up on the highlights of the current sport. We were talking about maybe going and seeing one, but I don't know if it's happened.
You're worried it's too much time.
I worry it'll be too much time. Yeah, this weekend especially, we have lots of grading to do. I know we can just take our grading there.
It's like baseball. You can just hang out and do other things. People are like doing all sorts of things while people are like having the most important 8 seconds of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy watching baseball. I really enjoy watching sumo. I can't imagine doing something else that requires focus or attention after paying for a ticket to go see it.
Well, remember when the last time we went, our colleague was writing English exercises for his children.
It's true. He was sitting there and writing down things like, what language does Bobby speak? Bobby speaks French. His children are both Japanese and Scottish, and so he's trying to make sure they learn their English and don't become fully Japanese. How it goes. Anyway, yeah, good week of teaching. That's true for me, and then true for you also, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yesterday, a slight disaster in class. Not really disaster. after class was done, I had a student come up and say the words you never want to hear. Professor, why are we learning any of this?
Oh boy. At least they called you professor.
They actually did not call me professor. They called me by my first name, but It's the third day of class. It is too early for that kind of question. Especially because what I said at the start of class was like Monday and Wednesday classes are mostly throat clearing because students are still editing the class, dropping the class. We're just figuring things out together. Friday was the first day of content, and the majority of the day I spent explaining the course title. And I repeatedly said, this is the course title, and this is what I think about the course title. And you know what? Here's how the course title applies to you. And so when dude came up and said, why are we learning any of this? I think what he was fishing for is, will I be tested on this? You know, are you learning this to test me later? Yeah. But at the time, I don't know. I absolutely don't know what he wanted from me. And so I said, because it's the course title. It was sort of a moment of like, I have signed up for Intro to Biology. Why are we talking about life? This seems strange. Anyway. That was my big experience in yesterday's class. It was a very, very strange moment for sure. Yeah.
My lesson on Wednesday was it was on that. But then I didn't have to bring them around to it. Yeah. They already did it. In their little small group discussions, they already got to what is the point of this class on their own.
Yeah, Noms is having some great successes in her class. She's got some students she's very happy with, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're game, they talk.
That's great.
They stay on task.
Yeah.
They open up their notebooks and are prepared to take notes at the beginning of class.
Yeah, yet again, I have a semester of students who have decided to go the notes optional path.
I would say this is not all of my students. Like, the most diligent of them are like that.
Yeah. I don't know. They live their lives, they do their thing. It's just, I'm always surprised by the diversity of students in preparation and everything else, but that's how it goes.
I did overhear one student on, I think, the first or second day saying, oh, I hate taking notes, or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I always enjoy taking notes. It's a good way for me, at least, to pay attention and stay focused throughout.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I realize that I have not been outlining this is what we're doing this class.
Ooh, what a bad kid.
Yeah.
That's my
I think I'm going to start that maybe next
my central classroom device. I come in and start writing an outline on the board, and I have a student who has decided that her job is to read aloud the outline as I'm writing it on the board. So I write, number 1, introduction, and she goes, introduction. Now, you might think she's not a native English speaker. This is false. She has just decided that she wants to read these things aloud. And so number 2, today's reading.
Is she possibly like either dictating it into a note-taking device or recording it?
My suspicion, and I might be wrong, my suspicion is that she is neurally atypical, and this makes her feel comfortable to read it aloud.
Oh, okay.
And that's cool. It just feels very, very, very strange.
I mean, if I don't know what kind of student this is. If you had a good relationship with her, you could just write something like, and Jell-O Pops are tasty.
Yeah. No, we don't really have any relationship yet, other than I look at her occasionally because I feel on the spot in a way I don't normally feel in class. Hey, Poppy, good seeing you. What class am I teaching? How old are the students? It's an introductory humanities course, college level, so I don't know, 18 to 24 or something like that. Yeah, that's how it goes. Speaking of which, one of my students, I've already mentioned this semester, is the first one to have a personality that really stands out. This is the guy on the first day of the class who announced himself as being from Dirty Jersey. He continues to impress in the best of possible ways. Yesterday in class, I gave Sartre's example of the conflicted young man who says, simultaneously, I must go join the French resistance against the Germans, and also I need to stay at home with my mother because no one can care for her but me. I must do both things. How shall I decide? What shall I do? And Sartre's point in doing this question is recognizing there's some choices we make where we always will regret not doing the other one. It's impossible to get both you want and feel great about everything. And so I put this question forward as this moment of real conflict and real consideration and thinking hard about how you live your life. And dude, his hand, that's actually not true. He does not raise his hand, he just yawls. And he went, "Men have a duty to fight for their country." And so I say, all right, so first things first, use the men word. Is it only men? And he goes, "Yes, it is. Women stay at home."
I feel like maybe we should sub each other's classes sometime, because I feel like the students I have should have you as a teacher, because I think on the second day of class I did the who are the 3 people that you would invite to dinner from all of history if you could.
Yeah, so
and
dead,
one of them,
living, yeah.
Yeah, one of them said Sartre.
Yeah, sure,
So,
sure, yeah.
She would have been delighted.
I mean, it's fine. And most of the students got the point. Most students understood the concern. Most students were into what I was putting down, but definitely this guy.
Well,
So,
someone's got to have him, so congratulations.
I'm sure it'll be fine. And I told him I would like to argue about this one. I'd like to talk with you about the concerns. We have a section in a couple of weeks here on like the advent of women's rights in the 1700s.
That's true. That'll be exciting.
I said in this section, I'm happy to talk about the question of like, are there special obligations on men just for being men? And I asked him after class if he knew anything about the Israeli military. He does not, and he said he'd look into it between now and then. They do universal conscription, you might know.
Is he like Jersey Shore type?
So I don't exactly know what that means. I know there's a person named The Situation and one named Snooky, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really all I know.
Okay.
But like he's tanned and like big, and his hair's like greased back in some way.
Yeah, that's very Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Wears very, very tight fitting shirts. Very, very tight fitting shirts. You can see the like.
Are you gonna say nipples?
I was gonna say the parts of his chest, but sure, that word too. So
I'm just so amazed that he's here.
Yeah, I don't know why he's here. Actually, I do know. He has said that he is getting involved in mixed martial arts here in Japan. He's learning to fight here, and he hasn't had his professional debut yet, but he's going to this year. So actually, I'm thinking I'm going to say to him, "Hey, can I come watch you fight?" Because on the one hand, I want to be encouraging and helpful to my students, no matter what endeavors they're doing. On the other hand, I'd be delighted to see him get beat up. So, beaten up? I don't know how to conjugate that. Beaten up. I apologize for the ruralism. Yeah.
But see, I mean, so this is the interesting thing about Jersey, because sometimes there are people from, like, the coasts who have a big personality like that, and initially I'm like, oh, too much.
Yeah.
But then I learned, I very much appreciate them. So once I realize that they're from the coast, I'm like, oh, this is why you have a big personality. I appreciate you as a what's the word?
Specimen of humanity.
As a representative of that area. Right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely for me, I'm glad he talks. Like, I'm glad he freely shares his ideas. I wish he had different ideas and different ways of saying them.
Indeed.
But he's game, right? He's going to say what he thinks. He's going to respond to my questions. And at some level, what more can I ask for? I just wish he had better ideas. Which you mentioned the other day. You actually asked the other day when I told you the story. Is it possible that he will become the classroom villain? Mm-hmm. Because occasionally, and this is not good for classrooms at all, but occasionally there's one student that
very good for the teacher.
Very for the teacher. Mm-hmm. One student who will stand out as like saying really offensive things, and the rest of the class builds cohesion through their mutual disdain of this person. Mm-hmm. And it's good for classroom cohesion. It's good that people get along then, but often that person, the pariah, feels really, really bad about it. Now, this guy, I'm guessing, wouldn't feel bad about it. But he'd get even more aggressive probably, and that would be sad. So
I did have one incident where there was one of those people.
Yeah.
And then I think I might have been a little sharp with them once.
Yeah.
And then some other student did not like that I was sharp with this person, so I misread the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You thought you'd identify the outcast and
the outcast had a friend.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely right. Sympathizer.
Yeah. Anyway, early semesters, a lot of this, trying to fill out the classroom, understand who you got, what you got. But so far, I think most of my students are delightful. I think most of my students are learning and having a good time and doing the work and all the rest for sure. Hey, Dumble Dude. Your sociology religion class had one of those, very confident, thoughtful, wouldn't disagree.
Thoughtful.
We like thoughtful. we like thoughtful. No, I had one a couple years ago who was aggressively pedantic. he was interested in arguing not like general ideas, but instead specific word choice. And this was in a first-year class, and so the other students were just trying to talk, just trying to use some words, and his responses would always be, when you use that word, what you really mean to say is... And it was so undermining of the other students that I talked to him after class and said, dude, I appreciate what you're trying to do. You're trying to get precision, but it's just not helping. He said, okay, I was trying to do that. But then when other people would use the wrong word, he would make these little noises that like he had to hold in the things that, the things that he wanted to say.
Was this person a first year too?
This person was the first year also, yeah.
See, I think this person must have learned one trick, right? The one trick is, ask people what that word means, right? And then it throws everybody off.
Yeah.
Have fun with that one trick in life, friend.
I think lots of young, bright students identify that there's one thing they can do to win or to feel confident in themselves, and they just lean in on that. Now, the sort of pedantic trick is definitely... one that makes you no friends other than perhaps other people like this, and then you just needle at each other constantly. That's how it goes. Gladiator, it's good seeing you. This is indeed my wife. Yes, indeed. She often comes by on Saturday mornings to say hello. And sometimes during break she's here more often.
Yeah. The opening screen for your Rimworld? I mean, what is it called? Minecraft? They can't see it.
I can show them if you'd like me to.
Okay. I have a comment to make.
Oh boy. All right, we're going to Little Resorty already. There you go.
At first when I saw this, I thought the baby was grafted onto the adult, and I was like, wow, we're grafting children onto adults now.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I saw it also, I was thinking it was a two-headed monster.
Yeah.
But no, this was the initial announcement picture. And
you see the little papoose going on
exactly
there.
Right, yeah. It's not a neck braces instead of papoose. I mean, I'd love to have two-headed creatures in this game. It'd be absolutely fantastic, but yeah.
But, like maybe that's how you grow another person, is you graft a head of something onto you, and then it just grows into a whole being.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, I mean...
Just like apple trees.
You can definitely make a mod for it if you want to. You could definitely... graft things like apple trees. He is red after all, so that seems perfect.
Oh, that's a male.
I don't mean to be normative. I've always referred to that character as he.
Oh.
It may not be true.
I thought it was a she. I mean, again.
Yeah.
Sorry to impose.
I have no idea. They maybe they use totally different pronoun structures, being as they are not human. Yeah. Oh, actually, in this game, they're all human. I keep forgetting about this. There are no aliens in Rimworld. They're all just modified basic humans. So, human. Who knows? How's it going, Laz? Good seeing you, my friend. Marks, hope everyone has a nice day for sure. Welcome on in, Slivers. Hope everyone has a lovely day for sure.
Xenohuman.
Yeah, xenohuman is the word they use in the game. So it's not quite alien, but...
Foreign human.
Foreign humans. Weird humans.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That's Greek.
It's all Greek to me. So when you teach Greek, hello, goodbye. All right. Apparently,
bad jokes. Bad jokes.
I mean, when you're
walking away from bad jokes.
Don't give the viewers any ideas.
Oh, okay.
When you're teaching Greek, how often do students make that joke? Or is that joke like old man behavior, and so the students don't know about it?
Usually, by the time students take Greek, they've taken Latin, and they've. So usually it's not the Greek students who make that joke. It's this. That joke is made to them probably by their parents.
Oh, okay.
Their friends.
So it does feel like a somewhat dated joke, probably, but.
Yes, especially if they read Julius Caesar in 10th grade.
Ah, I see. Do you know what the origin of the "It's all Greek to me" line is?
It's in Julius Caesar.
Oh, is it really?
By Shakespeare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
it's in that one.
When you said that, I thought you were meant because they were reading something that included classical references, someone would have said, well, it's all Greek to me. I didn't know that actually Shakespeare used that line.
Yeah. So someone had gone to, I don't know, somewhere, I think it's in Act 2. I don't know if this is true. Someone had gone somewhere and had listened to somebody giving a speech, and they came back and said, it was all Greek to me, because it was Greek
That's
to
funny.
that person.
That's funny. I had no idea.
That's why I didn't understand.
Yeah. Do you happen to know if it was in the language or in the culture before that, or was that a coinage?
I assume it's a coinage.
No worries. Yeah, I know you're not Shakespearean. I just... That's cool. I'll look into that after stream. Thank you. You taught me something new today.
Maybe
And
someone's looking it up right now.
the best thing about being on a computer is that you can all just like pull up the Wikipedia and get going.
Yeah, that's what I imagine my students are doing when they're typing on the Wikipedia.
Yes, when your students keep typing in during class, it's always class-related material.
Taking notes or looking.
No doubt.
I mean, I have heard that people are looking up ancillary materials to class more often than instructors.
No, it's great.
I think instructors often think, oh, they're just, on their ticking and the talking and their snapping and the chatting. But
no, at this point, like I tend to trust students.
Yeah.
And if not, I mean, as long as not being disruptive, I don't particularly care. So it's all good.
yeah, I think, yesterday during like a little quiet writing session, I think a few of them like were looking at their phones and then writing and looking at their phones at the same time.
Yep.
To me, it didn't feel like a big deal.
No.
Ooh, after class, a student was asking whether he had acquired the correct text, and
Yep.
so he was showing me on his computer. It was not the correct text, so I'm glad he asked. But, like, so many notifications were popping up on his screen. I was like, do you live like this? I didn't ask him that, but
Were the notifications like messages from friends or like, hey, it's time to go water your farm in Farmville?
I think it's mostly messages from friends, but it was like calendar, things on the calendar, things on
Yeah.
Outlook, and I thought, have you disabled none of your notifications, or do you live like this?
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I'm someone who does not use any notifications at all. So my phone does not have notification pop-ups except for text messages and phone calls. And past that, like, if I want to know if I have email, I go look at the email box. Now, I realize I have a kind of job where I can do that, where you're just constantly coming in, constant torrent. But yeah, I've definitely seen some people who have so many notifications all the time. And for me, that would be anxiety-inducing.
Yeah.
This wants my attention. Now this does. Now this was. And it'd just be too much.
Yeah, I wonder if one gets used to it. Like, if I were that student, would I just be used?
Yeah, if you grow up in it, and that's just life all the time, I don't know, it feels to me like constant panic. But maybe one gets used to it in one's youth, and it's all just fine, so.
Security Bob says no one can understand their handwriting except for them. Sometimes I write in code, actually.
Yeah. I often know if it's when I see that you've written is meant for your consumption or meant for more general consumption. Based on it's partially how slowly you go in forming letters. And same for me. Like if I'm writing quickly, my handwriting degrades substantially. So I often tell the students that if you notice my handwriting on your exam has gone from like quite blocky, very easy to read, to suddenly a mess, it is always the case that it's me getting excited about your ideas.
Oh, that's
and so
nice.
it's a good sign, but
That's
that's how
nice.
it goes. Hey, get it going. You get notification overwhelming with personal cell, work cell, and a manager cell.
Oh boy.
Holy cow.
That's
you have
too many.
more phones than you have
many.
hands. That's a problem.
That is true.
That's
That's
true, yeah.
true.
Two
Oh my
and three,
goodness.
yep. That said, you might consider turning on your notifications for twitch.tv/resorty. You get a notification when we go live. The only notification you really need.
Ding.
Ding! Absolutely. Yep.
Well, and I once got notifications pushed to my watch. It was terrible.
Dear-
It was terrible.
What kind of watch was that?
My current one.
Oh, okay.
It
So
does, I mean, it has Bluetooth, so it does
I see.
have notification capabilities. I just turned it off because
Yeah. No, it's not for me.
I don't know how people with the iWatch thing, but
Yeah, I mean, I think you said that your boss, who is like an always-on president, has said he will not get an Apple Watch that has email and everything else because he realizes he would never pay attention to anything other than his work.
yeah.
Like he'd be talking
Yeah.
to his wife and then looking at his watch and doing the thing.
Well, the thing is, more and more people dictate their email, so he
Yeah.
dictates too. So could you imagine just somebody in the train going like this?
Like a secret agent.
Oh.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I wonder what secret agent item we'll get next. I hope it's the shoe phone. I think there's a real market for putting electronics into one's shoes. Yes, like that. Doesn't that feel dirty to you?
Yes, it does.
So-
It feels very dirty.
This is a thing that of cultural difference between us. Like, I understand that the ground is dirty. I understand that shoes are dirty. But it's like some, I don't know, like abstract thought that doesn't really worry me unless I'm actually licking the floor. Noms has this I think Japanese sense, which is
Yeah, it may be Japanese. Part of it may be.
which is anything that has ever been on the floor can come nowhere near her face or nowhere near the table without it being profoundly dirty. And like, if she takes her little foot and puts it close to my face, I don't care.
Although I do take my little foot and I put it on my table a lot.
You do.
Especially back at one of my old jobs when people wouldn't just walk in and see me with my foot on the table.
My sense is that you give certain allowances to yourself that you do not give to other people.
Maybe because I know where my foot has been. Also, I think I would take my shoes off when I did that. So it wasn't the thing that actually made contact with the floor.
I see. We're not going to ask about your feet in the shower or walking out of the shower, stepping into cat litter occasionally. Oh gosh.
Terrible. Although there's this thing I was going to tell you that I didn't get the chance to tell you because somebody was so sleepy.
I was very sleepy last night. Very sleepy.
Yeah, and I went to a fancy party. So I came back from fancy party. I had all sorts of stories. But I forgot to tell you this one story. So since it was in a Japanese home, everybody...
Real quick. Noms went to a fancy party last night. It was in a really big house owned by a fancy angel investor man who's also the chairman of the board here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know that that's necessary, but okay.
Well, it is. Otherwise, the story is like I went to a house.
I got more coming on. I got more stories. In Japanese homes, you take off your shoes in the entry area, and then you either go around in your socks or you may have some slippers, right? And so since this was quite a number of people, I don't think they had enough slippers for everybody, so none of us wore slippers except for the owners of the home.
Yeah.
So it's like mingling and standing around, eating food, drinking drink, and then it was speech time. It was speech time. I didn't tell you about speech time.
You did. Was there like a ding, ding, ding?
Oh, yeah. There was a ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
So the owner of the house ding, ding, dinged and thanked us all for coming. And then my president gave a little speech. And so it's somebody like talking about, thank you for, gathering. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Last year we had a great year. And this year we're looking forward to, your typical speech stuff. And except what was so funny is he's standing around in his little socks when he's giving the speech.
Yeah, I've noticed that also. We went to the resort hotel over New Year. All the employees just wear socks. And so, like, they'll make these formal comments about welcome you, and it's such and they're wearing their socks.
Their little socks, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very, very strange thing.
I think it feels very, like, homey or it makes people seem less formal, and I kind of like that.
I mean, I think that's exactly the weirdness, though, right? Because your boss, the president, is a relatively formal person when it comes to these kinds of moments.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he presents himself as the voice of the school.
Yeah.
And that is crazy.
And he's standing around his little socks, and then you can see him, like, fidgeting his little feet.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the slippers thing, which you often...
I guess you could see people's little toes, too, if they're, like, a toe flicker or something.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, speaking of the slipper thing, anytime we go anywhere where they... encourage people to wear slippers when they come inside or go outside or whatever. The slippers they have on offer do not fit me. So to the point that I've considered like bringing my own slippers around with me always. There's different levels of do not fit me. Like as long as the front half of my foot can fit into the like holder part, I'm okay with the back part of my foot like substantially overhanging the back and sides. Like a giant, I don't know, ooze monster.
I was thinking like an Iowa, what is that? An Iowa pork tenderloin.
I don't know about that, unfortunately.
Oh, in Iowa, they make these breaded pork tenderloin sandwiches, and the pork tenderloin is like this big because they
flatten it.
Yeah. They beat it flat, and then they like bread it and deep fry it, and so it's like this big on a regular size bun.
Oh, okay. So
that is your foot on a bun.
That's sort of nice. Yeah. I need more of these. I mean, more names. I should get the silliest of slippers. No,
because you should get like what? You should get a little like
the Garfield ones where you put your half foot into Garfield's mouth.
I used to have some of those.
I did also,
not Garfield ones, but like little dogs.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the situations when I normally have to wear these slippers are relatively formal. The ones that have happened so far, like we went to the dean's suite at some other university, and
that's right.
we thought it'd be
I forgot about
a
that.
quick meeting of just hello, how's it going? And instead we got ushered into a conference room, and here I come, unable to fit my feet into the slippers. So
Yeah.
if I showed up to that wearing my little bunny slippers, it'd be kind of unfortunate.
And that's one that we wouldn't have predicted.
Yeah. So I'll need to bring with me always.
Everywhere. I mean, some
everywhere.
people have like little fold-up slippers, actually.
Really?
They fold into a smaller... Yeah, because one of my colleagues had them when we went to tour a building.
Okay.
Yeah. She had brought her own, and like hers were like a little fold-up.
I see. We have a challenge to your claim. Essence said it's Indiana, not Iowa, with the tenderloin.
Well, since I lived in the western half of the great Midwest, I don't know.
It's all right.
For me, it's an Iowa thing.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, maybe
Are there
it's
any
both.
Iowans on here?
Actually, there are some. I'm not sure to hear right now, but we do have Iowans in channel. I wonder if we have every state in the union represented at various points. I know we have a viewer from Alaska who stopped by sometimes.
Oh, wow.
At some point, I'll get one of those silly map things, and if I can do it anonymously, we'll then have people like put little pins into their state or something. I don't know.
Missouri, there you go.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Yeah. Or not just the state, but also the countries around the world. I know we had some viewers from South Africa for a while. Oh, very exciting stuff.
I'm interested in what Jack says.
What's that?
I wonder if I'd have to take off my shoes since they don't touch the ground.
Yeah.
Jack, why don't...
Jack uses a wheelchair.
Oh. I was like, is this a claim about floating? Or...
Jack is a magician.
Or like, isn't there a saying like I'm so high, like I'm not touching the ground, or not not like that kind of high, but just like you're having a great day, so your feet didn't even touch the ground.
Yeah, like walking on air, especially if like one's elated in love, etc. But yeah. No, Jack is literally a magician. Actually has the pure power of levitation. It's truly amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people who are using wheelchairs deal with shoe culture here.
Yeah.
I can imagine because it's a ceremonial rule as well as being a practical rule, there's still an expectation of taking them off. Now, if one has trouble taking off one's own
that
shoes,
seems like it would be like...
It'd be a real imposition on the person. And that's
exactly.
the problem too. Yeah, I have no idea. I'll look into it because that's a really curious and cool question.
Oh, the house that I went to yesterday, by the way, has an elevator. So it has like 4 stories. I was thinking, even if you're in a wheelchair, if you use a wheelchair, you can still get to all the floors.
No, it's great. It's absolutely great. The reason I laugh is everything you tell me about this house, and that it's in the middle of Tokyo, and the size of this place with 4 stories and an elevator. This place has got to be worth $1 bazillion. It's insane.
Probably. It's a lovely house.
It's a nice house, I'm sure, but I will probably never go there. Got more important things to do, like work on YouTube videos.
Yeah, you could have gone. He could have gone, and he said, no.
I had no interest. The idea of standing around shaking hands with muckety mucks when I could be at home playing video games? Absolutely not.
I don't know. We talked about places that people want to travel and see.
That's nice.
So when all of these people were talking about like where they're from, yeah, that reminded me of like all the places that people said they wanted to see and visit.
Absolutely.
One of my colleagues wants to go to Iowa, and I said you could have done that. I mean, he's been here since, I don't know, the 90s.
Okay.
But he goes back to the States fairly frequently, but he's a coaster.
Yeah, so. Is it just that he's never been to Iowa, or something he wants to see there, like the Field of Dreams, or...
there's a place that Khrushchev was in Coon Rapids, Iowa, when he visited...
Oh, Khrushchev, got it.
Khrushchev.
I heard that it's cruise something. I was like, wait, that's pretty inland. Why do they have a cruise ship? Khrushchev, yes.
Yeah, I think I've driven by it many times because I've seen it on the highway.
Okay, yeah. Cool. And he's a Russian specialist, right?
No, not that one. He wasn't there last night.
Whichever way,
This is the New Yorker.
Oh, okay.
One of the many.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the not say the person's name. You hero. All right, we should probably
know things.
You know a lot of things. You're very, very good about not immediately identifying us. And I had a friend stream with me years and years and years ago. In the first 4 minutes of stream, he mentioned what city we were in, what my real name was, and where I'd gone to graduate school.
Is this person a teacher?
No, this person was not a teacher.
See?
Yeah,
it's like you just get your little FERPA filter on. That's all you need.
Yeah. I mean, the only issue for me with that is in the classroom. Sorry, occasionally in the classroom, I do have to stop very quickly and not say resorty when I'm telling stories about myself. It's weird. Last semester I did say resorty one time, but I caught it before anyone caught it entirely, I think. But
they're like, what? He mumbles a lot. Maybe we just didn't understand what
that's
he
right.
was
I do
saying.
mumble. It's a problem for the Japanese students. Speaking of which, I had my first disastrous moment of misunderstanding a student yesterday. So I was talking about objective claims. I was talking about claims that no one doubts the falseness of, or you can prove absolutely, tautologies and so on. And I asked a student for an example of one, and in the very back row, a student rather, thank you, Fairness, a student went, meh, and said one word, and I heard meh. And okay, he said the word month. And I said, okay, sure. Within an accepted system like the calendar, we all can agree it's January because with definition of month and day, sure, that works. And his eyes get wider as I'm talking. And I think, okay, what did he possibly say? It was math. He said math. And I felt so bad about this. Now, I want to say it's partially his fault because you can't just say a single sound and hope people get it figured out. But I felt very, very bad that I went on the wrong tangent and that he wasn't going to stop me.
Maybe he thought it was funny.
I don't think so, because after class he came up and said, I understood nothing today. And I said, what do you mean nothing? He said, ever since you got that word wrong at the beginning, I just couldn't focus. And I apologized.
Maybe in the future you can say, yeah, can you say a little bit more about that?
Oh, yeah, usually I do.
Yeah.
If I don't understand a student, I usually say, tell me more about that, or how does that apply to this topic? Acting as if I understand them and want them to do a little more intellectual work, while truthfully it's me trying to figure out what they've said. Mm-hmm. In this case, I thought I heard the person. I thought I had it right, and I surely did not.
Is it time for a hearing aid?
It is not time for a hearing aid. It'll be time eventually.
There's a place down the street that does them, you know?
Yeah, my father got a hearing aid when he was in his, I think, mid-50s or so. So I still got a few years of good hearing ahead. I think I've already promised you not to be like my grandparents. Neither of them wanted hearing aids, and so they didn't get them. And they spent the last 20 years of their life just yelling at each other and going, what? Never mind. And it was so awkward. It was so unbelievably awkward at their house because you tried to be an intermediary between them. Grandma, what Grandpa says is, but then by some point Grandpa would be, never mind.
Maybe they were happy that way.
No, they were not happy people.
I thought maybe they were happy not having to listen to the other person.
I mean, there's a standard joke about, right, how do you maintain a certain amount of marital harmony by being both good listeners and good non-listeners in the correct moments. But no, as soon as you say sincerely that I can't understand you as well as before, I will look into getting haircuts. Hearing aids, rather. I don't know, I said haircuts. Yeah. I think I'm comfortable with that because I trust you and all the rest. But I do want to go the other direction. Like if I say, "Hello, you've become defective," will you then go get your hearing aid right away?
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. This is the difference between us, self-sufficiency lady over here, and Mister, I just want to get along with everybody.
I'll say, I'll just talk louder.
Yeah, before too long, you're going to have the volume at 100. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the way in which I finally convinced my grandfather that he needed to get a hearing aid, which he still did not get. He had the television at 100 volume, as loud as it could go, and said, I can barely hear it. They just don't make them as loud as they used to. And so I went online and did research on like the maximum output volume of like TVs in the 80s versus today. And there are no meaningful differences whatsoever. And I showed him this and he went, might be me. So
I'm surprised you didn't just get a decibel meter.
How much are those?
It's on your phone.
Wait, really? My phone has a
Yeah.
decibel meter?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Oh, is it like an op? Do I have to get an op to do that?
No, I think it comes
Preloaded?
loaded.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no
I
idea.
think it's one of the Apple things.
I mean, if that really is the case, you know what I'm doing this evening, which
Yeah,
is
I mean, it may be part of the voice memo.
I'm gonna
Pop.
The op, yeah.
Maybe part of the voice memo op.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around the house listening to the different sounds of things and seeing what I can hear and seeing if I can go really loud and cause problems.
Oh boy.
So it's actually an application, it's actually an app, okay. Yeah, I did not know about that at all, but I'll look into it. This is like the early days of the iPhone. I remember the initial deluge of apps. Everything was amazing. Look,
the deluge of appetizers, that was great. Crab rangoon.
Okay, thank you. Are you
Egg rolls.
Are you gonna name all the appetizers you go
Oh
with?
yeah.
Papadoms.
Guacamole.
Yeah,
and this is going to go on for 5 hours.
I appreciate it. So fair enough, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you could make a lightsaber noise. You could have a lighter that had a little flame on it. It was amazing to use your phone as a level, right? You're able to see when it was. Oh, yeah. For a while, people just throwing anything at the wall to see what would stick, and that was really, really cool.
Yeah, that was the era where things were nice before it became a monopoly and got taken over and it was terrible.
Yeah. I always like in a new medium, the way in which people just try creativity and ingenuity, and we get some really, really, really good stuff. Mm-hmm. I need to remember that decimal readings are not linear, but more logarithmic.
Oh, I did not know that.
I was going to say, I know those words, but actually I don't exactly. Linear means a line. Logarithmic means...
I'm assuming it's like this.
I don't know.
It's not a straight line, but it has some curvature to it.
That's
and
nice.
I assume
See, this is the dangerous moment.
For each number increase, it's 10 times louder.
This is the dangerous moment. The
dangerous moment. When I assume I know things?
Exactly. So I've learned a very long time ago that I can speak authoritatively about...
I was thinking it was exponential. That's why I made this little curve.
That's nice. I can speak authoritatively about philosophy, about teaching, and about some video games. And other than that, I will always say... I don't know. I'm sure someone in chat does, though.
But, this is awesome. This is just like the curries at Kokoichi Curry, the curry spice level. That is also logarithmic. We should go in there and start saying that next time. Be like, whoa, the spice levels are logarithmic. And then there'll be some other English speakers like, ooh.
That's great.
Must be some university professors over there.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I know everything. I am Chat GPI.
So, GPI? GPT?
GPT.
Whichever way. I actually thinking about ChatGPT earlier. This is going to be the last topic for today because we got to get to video gaming.
Oh, no, we're not going to talk about my moon?
All right, well, 2 more topics.
Okay.
One of them, though, I found myself wondering if I were to type into good old ChatGPT, please write for me an introduction to a resorty Twitch stream.
It'll do it.
What would it give me?
It'll do it. I'm sure somebody will just do it right now.
Well, I think the one concern is it can't... I think it doesn't listen to video, and so it wouldn't actually hear me saying these words. I never typed them out in any meaningful place, I don't think. So I wonder what it would do. Would it be like, yo, here's your boy Resorty, or welcome back to another Resorty channel, or I think I'll do this one day. Someday before too long, I'm going to have ChatGPT write me an intro, and I will read it out for you all, and you can rate it versus my normal intro, and if you say the computer's better, I will work on handing over the channel over to...
to be honest, they've been pretty good. It's been pretty good at pulling things.
Well, hope you've enjoyed our time with Flesh and Blood Resorty. AI Zordy coming online next week.
It's really good at pulling, if you have enough of your own text in there, or if you feed it enough of your own text, it even catches your, your particular ways of speaking.
I see.
Yeah, like your tics and stuff. Yeah. Mm.
My tics. I have no tics. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You heard an example from 2 podcasts hosts. The interns are very generic. Yeah, I think that's right. Right. Now, that said, if it's able to eventually, or if some system eventually fed all kinds of data on all the different things that are said online and the YouTube videos, all the rest, maybe eventually it'll be able to do so.
Because YouTube has closed captioning. Yeah?
Yes, yeah. And so presumably it could then take that as text. Or at some point, I'm sure that programs can train to understand nuance of language and so on.
Yeah.
Wait, is that actually it? I'll definitely read this, a lot of it, if it's not just making stuff up. You heard it fast enough, so here we go. Welcome everyone to my Rimworld stream. Today I'll be taking you on a journey into the world of Rimworld, a colony building simulation game. As a seasoned player, I'm excited to share my strategies and tips with you all. I'll be taking on the game's challenges and working to build a thriving colony. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream. Don't forget to leave your questions and comments in the chat for me to answer during the stream. Let's get started on the stream. I don't know. I mean, I think that strikes me as being a fairly YouTube intro in some measure.
It's very generic, right? So it just took what was available about Rimworld and just put it in.
Absolutely so. The reason I say it sounds YouTube-y is it's a one-time mention. So, like, be sure you leave your comments and questions, etc. Is the kind of thing you'd say at the start of a YouTube video, because there's a guarantee that the person will listen to that thing. We're here on Twitch, you have to constantly repeat whatever you want people to do, because people are popping in and out, different viewers start at different times, etc. So, yeah. That was fun. Thank you for getting that for us. I will play around with it at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty, it has to, like, authenticate and do all this stuff to establish an account.
Yep.
And I am too lazy to do it. The second it asked me for my phone number, I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be fun to play with at some point.
Yeah, maybe if I'm lonely and I need a friend or something. I don't know. I'm just not that excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm excited about it because other people are excited about it. Yeah, and
that's why I'm over it.
Exactly. Yeah. You only liked it before it was big.
Hipster is now on to the next thing.
Yeah. Of course, you don't know what the next thing is, right? You're just out there looking for the new big hit.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You know what the new big hit is? Writing in cursive, which I think one of my students does.
So actually, I had some students who can't read cursive at all, and this is fine. I mean, I don't think writing in cursive or reading cursive is an essential skill, but it's one of those clear generational differences where I was drilled on cursive all the way through, and my grandmother writes in cursive, so I can read it fairly easily, but there's some students I've had who say, like, I need you to write in block letters, because if you don't, I will not be able to read it at all. So, all right, we got to move to the last topic. Got to push this.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, Raspberry Pi. I want a Raspberry Pi. I thought about doing that at one point in time.
When you say Raspberry Pi, do you mean the dessert, or do you mean the computer?
The computer. Yeah. I thought because I heard it was cool. I'm like, that sounds cool.
Yeah, you get excited about stuff, which I really like about you a lot.
Except I don't get excited about ChatGPT. Over it. Over it. As an instructor, ignoring it.
Before long, everyone's gonna have a chat or a Raspberry Pi and put their Roblox on it, or I don't know. I don't know how things work.
Okay.
Anyway, the last topic
of
the day is something Noms did in her class.
And it took up too much time, and I burned up class time on it.
That's how it goes.
Bad teacher.
So we've talked about this kind of thing on stream before. Chuck Klosterman, the Gen X writer, has a little game called Hypotheticals. There's like fun topics for fun party conversations in which there's no absolutely right or wrong answer. Instead, they're just meant to spur conversation and allow you to learn something about your interlocutors along the way. And so Nam decided to do one of these in class on Wednesday. Is that right? And
yesterday.
On Friday. And do you want to talk about it? You want to share it?
Yeah. It was meant to try to stimulate thought about what was important to people, what was really important to people. So the idea is that you have won the lottery or some lottery and you get a prize.
Ooh.
And so but your choices for prizes are a year in Europe with a $2,000 a month stipend versus 10 minutes on the moon. And then they had to choose one. Explain why.
Yeah, let me modify it just slightly. Some of our viewers are European.
Yeah.
If you're European, you got to go to Australia or somewhere equally cool.
Yeah.
If you're like, Europe, I'm stuck here already. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I had some students from Europe, so I said, okay, so let's make it somewhere else. Or they said, $2,000 isn't much money, which I think, this game is probably about 10 years old.
It is.
So I said,
wait,
okay,
$2,000 is not much money? I feel a little rough.
But they're saying, like, to live in a city in Europe.
No.
Especially if you're paying rent. And,
Sure.
Like, $2,000, you could burn up, right?
Yeah, no doubt. So 10 minutes on the moon versus, is it a year or 10 months? Or
it's a year.
A year in a place you want to go with a standard stipend. So let's both think for a moment about this. If you want to think also and put your ideas in chat, love to hear. Which is say, sit back, relax, and enjoy the question. Don't forget to leave your questions and comments in chat for me to answer during the stream. So where do you go? Which way do you lean on this thing?
Europe?
Yeah, for me it's Europe also.
Yeah.
Now, I think were I younger, I'm like quite a bit younger, I think I'd say, oh, the moon. Because I was so into space. And I was like, there's something no other humans have done recently. And I'd be the only person in my class who's done that. Well, little Timmy over there has gone to Europe.
It's not a competition.
No, I thought when I was younger I'd feel that way. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm less entranced by the uniqueness of it than I once were.
Was.
Well, I once was. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me it's a function of time, like how long I get to enjoy it. So, Kibbs and Britches said, Europe you could generate more memories, right? So, like, it's a longer period of time, which I liked, because 10 minutes is really fast.
Okay, so...
There were some students who said, but you can't breathe up there, so I'm not going up there. And one of the other students was like, well, you would have a suit.
That doesn't say that. It doesn't say you have a suit. Yeah, I think like the duration doesn't super appeal to me as a discriminating criterion. Because I could say like, all right, what's something we enjoy a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit? Like it's not life-changing, but it's okay. Cleaning one's ears out with a Q-tip. It's bad behavior, but it feels pretty good when you do it. So you could do that for one solid year, have that kind of feeling all the way through. Or you could have a one day of hanging out with your very best friend in your favorite places and having lots of different pleasures all the way through.
See.
Yeah, so is duration of satisfaction actually the important thing?
Well, I think Europe also offers variety, right?
Okay.
So it's not cleaning your ear over and over for a whole year.
Yeah, but the moon has variety. There's the jumping around, there's the looking around, there's the looking and jumping.
I would like to tell you that somebody said something about you can't hear things in space, and I said, oh yeah, that's right, because in space no one can hear you scream. Beat laughter!
Oh, good job. Yeah, anytime there are older references, I'm not sure they're going to know what they are.
Oh yeah.
So,
they got it.
That's the aliens, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at me knowing things. Yeah, that's
look
great.
at
That's
that.
great. The time aspect more appealing for Europe. Yeah, it makes sense. I understand why you're going there. Like I said, like thinking in the mind of Little Resorty. Little Resorty would have been all over like experiencing weightlessness.
I had some students say that the moon seemed like a comforting and peaceful. Like I think because it's quiet and it's not like garishly bright and things like that. And that was really interesting. That was an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some student last year before say something about I don't know exactly how we got there, but it was something like what her ideal life would be, would just being left alone in her bedroom for the rest of her life.
People like that.
Yeah. And I wonder if that kind of person, when faced with this kind of dilemma, says people will leave me alone on the moon.
Yeah.
Lunar panic attack. Yeah, I get that because you're just kind of out there in some totally different place. Now, I really like seeing pictures of the Earth from space.
Yeah, I was surprised nobody said that.
Yeah,
Nobody said I wanted to get a different perspective, but maybe it's because you see it all the time on photos. But isn't that like what the astronauts said, was that it was amazing to stand up there and to see the Earth from there?
Yeah. It gives a totally different perspective on these things. The knowledge of everything you know and care about is in a single image, in a single graspable moment. So I don't know. You only go into space when there's somewhere to go up there. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think though it's very easy to romanticize the moon, it really is just a rock. And we got lots of just rocks. So maybe we need to have a moon carnival with rides and games and moon cheese.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Somebody talked about how there's like moon cheese or something.
Absolutely love it.
Someone said they would go to Europe for the food, and someone said they have food on the moon. Or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one thing I like about this conversation is this is one of those things that is probably coming at some point, maybe not in our lifetimes, but for too long. There are too many billionaires trying to get commercial space travel figured out, and I mean, I wonder if it'll become like some national parks are for some Americans. Like, just gotta say I went and did it. Check. Bend the moon? I guess so.
Yeah, some people said that they want to do it because it's not... You can't buy it. It's like once in a lifetime. It's nothing that you could actually save up money and do, right? Yes, I loved Space Camp as a child. That movie. And I wanted to go to Space Camp. Of course, like, nobody can afford to go to Space Camp. Do you know the movie?
No, I don't know the Space Camp movie. I know of Space Camp, but...
Yeah, it was... now that I think about it, it was like elaborate product placement for NASA.
In the same way that Top Gun's all about the Air Force or whatever it is, Navy maybe.
So it's about a group of kids that go to space camp, but then I think they accidentally get launched into space or something. Yeah. Is that right?
Are they trained as miners? This is an important part of any space program.
No.
Unfortunate.
No.
How will they save the world then?
I don't think they save the world. I think they just have to come back. Like, it's like, oh, how are we going to come back to Earth? And I think there's like some nerdy little Asian kid, as there always is.
Not to be offensive, but did you sympathize with the
I don't think so.
Little Asian kid?
I don't think so.
Right.
Because it was internalized racism.
I like this. Take home the moon rock, sell it, live in Europe forever. Fantastic thinking, absolute genius. Yeah, it's good. All right. Are those the words? Have been a good time?
Those are good words.
So what are you going to do for today, Noms, while I'm over here slaving away in the Rimworld mines?
I'm probably going to... I remembered as we were talking that I needed to post something on Canvas for my students.
You're being a good teacher working on Saturday.
I thought you were going to say you're being a good teacher posting things on Canvas.
Yeah, I'm a bad teacher at that. Yeah, I've got a student, I actually have 2 students now, who've asked me to put an assignment on
Not an assignment. Is it an assignment or an announcement?
She wants an assignment that she can mark complete. An assignment on our Learning Management Online program every time she has any reading to do at all. And I've told her, you have reading to do every single day. So just in the morning say, I have an assignment to do. Check, done. But no, she says she only does homework if she's told to do the homework by her computer.
You should make an assignment and title it Student Names Reading.
Yeah. This is the part where I say kids these days, right?
Yeah.
Kids these days. All right, very good.
Can't keep their own to-do list.
Yeah, it's just strange. I mean, the way I did it, as I mentioned before, is I taped my syllabus to the wall, and I crossed out sessions as we went, and that was fine.
Yeah, I used my syllabus as a bookmark.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that's how I knew what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, have fun with your putting stuff on Canvas. Are you going to play some Assassin's Creed today?
No, I already played my Assassin's Creed.
Absolutely right.
Now that I have played my 20 minutes of video games, I'm going to go do my work.
All right, I'm going to go play video game for 20 minutes also.
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Good.
We'll see you later. Thank you, Dom, for visiting us.
Wait, hold on.
You make an excellent departure. Thank you for that. All right.
Bye.
Hello, team. Just you and me now. Oh, my goodness. We always enjoy Nam coming by. I always enjoy hanging out with her. Thank you for making her feel welcome, as always, and for having some nice conversations. Where'd she go? Into the basement. Clearly, we have a basement here. Actually, factually, we do have a large area underneath this table that occasionally Noms hides inside of when she's talking to me, and I find it delightful. And she's going there right now. I don't like it when I'm streaming. Oh boy. Hello, Noms. Yep, that's Noms' hands, not mine. All right, good seeing you. Very good. All right, let's push this button here and get ourselves into the Rimworld excitement. We're continuing a playthrough that we have done on many days.
Also, it looks like that bottle is full of things that are being harvested from the baby graft.
Yeah, definitely. When this picture first came out, it was the announcement picture. We spent, I don't know, like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I remember.
Talking about every single thing in it and making up nonsense about what this game would be.
And that looks like a helmet. Oh, is that like a dog?
So that's what we thought. Initially, we thought that the character in the front here was like Cyber Rover.
Yeah.
But it ended up being actually the second boss.
What?
Yeah, or at least that's what it looks most like of the things in game right now.
Wow.
And the second boss is actually quite large, which makes me believe that the red man is actually a giant.
Wow, and there's little tiny you. Oh, so maybe this is gonna be a boss, big boss.
Yeah,
down the line.
It's just not clear what dude is.
I still think it's not a dude, but
All right.
It looks like a lady.
Thank you.
Now I'm leaving.
Goodbye. Saturday stream. Saturday stream is best stream. Okay, so today we're continuing the playthrough that we started months and months and months ago, the Lord Kelmar playthrough, in which we build a mountain base and have some mountain mechs and so on. I just now realized that I did not load it correctly, so I need to reload the game without mods on. Very good. My apologies for always forgetting to do this. I remember to turn the music back on today. Last time I forgot to do that for sure. So one moment while it loads up and see. And very good. One thought I'm having on this playthrough is I think today may be the last day of it. My big goals for the playthrough were to build all the different mechs, defeat all the different mech bosses, and just create our lead character into a robot man. Now, we've already beaten all 3 of the mech bosses. We've built most of the robots, and our guy is on the road to being a mech man. So today we'll continue mech manning. Today we'll make some more robots, but I don't know. Unless we can come up with some like new specific goal that would be really fun to do, it might be fun to start a new playthrough with some new specific goals. Because one challenge of this playthrough is having only one character. It takes quite a long time to do much, so we'll see. Lauren, sleep well. Thank you for spending time with us today. I know for some viewers, the best part of the stream is Nom's time, and that is totally understandable to me also. Speaking of Rimworld, you probably saw a Chips Quest pop up there. As always, there will be a brand new Chips Quest video releasing tomorrow morning at the same time the stream starts. I got some really exciting stuff coming up. Some heartache, some joy, and all the rest. Why is there a fire occurring? Hello. Okay. I noticed that we were right here as the game started today. I tend to put my camera right here when nothing is going particularly bad. And hopefully that's the case. I do see a little blood there. It's Kaur's blood. I don't know who Kaur is. We should go for the Arca Nexus ending. So the Arca Nexus ending does feel appropriate for this playthrough, given that you eventually, spoilers here, like unite your mind with the world spirit. The only problem is to do that, you have to build and give away 3 bases. So do we want to devote ourselves to improving this base substantially? I think it needs to be, what, 350,000 monies? And the base is currently, yeah, it's up here at just over 200,000 monies. We have to increase its value by quite a bit still, which isn't terribly hard to do. But then start from nothing again, and build up again, and start from nothing again, and build up again. And if we were to do that, would we want to just do it all with robots again? Yeah, the Architect's ending is really cool, but it is quite the time commitment to do. I guess we could go ahead and build the spaceship as another possibility. We'll see. That's what I'm thinking about right now, is I'm just not quite sure what comes next. So, these people here are... Oh, there's Kaur's blood. Oh, okay. Couple quick things. Number one, these 2 folks here are visitors from the Empire. They are here on a quest. Both of them are unable to move. They just want to hang out in my... my hospital for a month or so, and that's fine. Kaur is someone who came and helped us fight the 3rd boss. And that's what we did just as the stream ended last time, was fought fiercely and defeated the, what's her name even? Something terror or something bot. It starts with an A. Apocraton. There we go. Apocraton. This time we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, let's go and just unpause, let Kelmar finish cleaning things up, and see what's what. You'd like to see a new cast of characters. We have more than one. I absolutely agree. Like, the initial curiosity of, is it possible for me to have a good playthrough with just one person doing the majority of the work, and then all of the other characters being robots, totally worked out. We did what we wanted to do. We showed it was possible to do what we wanted to do, and that was awesome. But now that I've established that it is possible, I'm having trouble, like, motivating any story involving Kelmar, other than he just continues working. And then you know what? He continues working some more. And after that, more Kelmar work. So I gotta find some way to make it a little more interesting to me, or else it will need to be the last day of the playthrough for sure. Alright. So Kelmar's having a little snack in the middle of the fire there. We may need to continue putting out flames soon. We could go ahead and grab one of the fire foam poppers, which we have right here. but we'll see, we'll see. All right, what were the things I was working on last time? We did unlock and almost finish researching the waste pack atomizer. This is the big desire I have on this playthrough still, is to clean up all of our garbage. So that part of today. I do a different game today and next game, play with genetics. That's an awesome idea. I've yet to touch genetics at all, not even a tiny, tiny little bit. And so it could make a lot of sense for us to go ahead and do that just to experience more of what's going on in the game. Now, I don't quite know how to think about like what the best genetic playthrough would be. I don't quite know how to think what would be fun to make, partially because I like default humans so much, but I saw another streamer doing some kind of like pure Neanderthal playthrough where he was playing the tribe of big dum-dums who are good at hitting stuff. It might be fun to do like a melee-only playthrough with Neanderthals, and then see what happens if you get some smart baseline character joining in as well. But I'll think about that between today and next week, because I want to keep the Rimworld Friday streams fun for us all, and part of that is having new worthwhile goals. Come on, Rain. The way to fight this thing, of course, would be to go ahead and bring Kelmar and all the robots out, because the robots will fight fire if they're drafted. Luckily, it's going out gradually, so I'm going to ignore that, and I'm sure it won't burn down the whole base. So things we've been working on. Number one, the whole bunch of components just sitting there. I think we just recently bought these from Overhead Trader, so good to have a bunch of those. Need to get our little gash friend repaired pretty soon. We've been digging down this way most recently. This way leads us over to this area, which should not be roofed, but appears to be roofed. Is that true? Indeed it is. So there's a roof on top of a solar panel. What a big dum-dum. If we get rid of that, it'll be fine. But yeah, we don't want to like smooth this so we can move faster through it. So we can begin to dig up plasteel down here. Now, at the moment, there's not any power to there because, again, I built a roof over a solar panel. Fine. All right, the fire is still coming, burning all of my traps. All right, I think we are going to go ahead and deploy a fire foam popper, or else it's just not going to stop. And we have the steel and components to repair this, replace it pretty quickly. All right, Kelmar, don't get lit on fire. Here you go. We'll have to do a little cleanup afterwards. Kids, you want a different route with your toxic waste path removal? Did you throw it at the neighbors? Maybe next playthrough we'll do wasters and just throw all of our toxic packs at the neighbors and hope they don't hate us too much. I've heard this is a good way to get into wars with the neighbors. If you give them your waste packs, the characters get very, very angry very, very quickly. Right now, Big Boy is digging just wherever. For a while there, I was trying very hard to have his digging be focused and located in an area that I want to develop. But then I decided I'm really curious where the ancient danger is. So we're beginning to dig kind of freely, just in hopes of finding an ancient danger, which there may not be one, but there's still lots of places it could be hiding. So we'll keep poking around for that for the next little bit. And we can probably deal with any infestation that pops out anywhere. Hopefully. Only issue, of course, is if this area gets really dirty and dank, then Kelmar leading the robots down might have a mental break. So we'll see. Can you find a pollution tree seed to get rid of the waste packs? Yeah, we got one of those also down here. Now we got a Pollux tree, which allows you to remove any pollution on the ground. And we had a little pollution there, and now we have none. And that's a super swell feeling. Unfortunately, once you put it down, you can't move it. So we could just dump all of our waste packs down here and hope that they get gobbled up by the tree eventually. But I'm super curious about the atomizer first. Now, I think we learned last time that we're not producing quite as much power as we'd like to. Especially when our machines in here are running, we're actually just not producing enough power at all. So that's what I would like to work on in the next little bit here, is by turning on another one of these. Will be good. Now, why do I have these all forbidden? It might be the case. It is the case. So hello. Robots just hanging out. So it is the case that we told someone that we would build them a mighty building in exchange for something. So what is that something? Is this one here? Yeah. So we have 16 days to get the monument up. If we do that, the Empire will appreciate me substantially. And this building is being built primarily out of wood and out of granite. So the reason we don't have this turned on is to ensure that the granite is used up that way. We'll do that in a second. Past that, some of our robots helped out with earlier fighting and are now just naked and sat on the floor. We did have a drop pod raid come in this area, so gotta get that figured out. And more steel, more good. And actually, quite a bit of blood here, huh? Maybe this is actually the last thing we did before stream ended. I thought we'd fought the third mech boss, but I guess we did this first, or last rather. Alright, so Kelmar's doing some doctoring. I don't exactly mind that, except for the fact that we have a doctor. Now, I don't know if Dr. Game Urchin Bot is able to cheer up patients, or only do the actual factual medicine work. I can imagine like a little song is sung by the doctor about how great it is to be a robot. I don't think we have to keep them happy, do we? I think it really is just keep them alive for, 2.2 more days. Paralocabasia, just take care of them. It is very, very strange. They would ask to come here while I can't get out of bed, and don't ask to be put on a show or anything. It really is like, hey, can we hang out over here and see your wall? This character here, we are just helping get repaired up after a really, really terrible fight took part in. That's okay. The Dr. Bot sings like the rice cooker. Exactly right. I like my machine singing. Get these turned back on also. We turned off these bits of construction earlier in hopes of moving my construction bot into a place to fight a meleeer without having Kelmar nearby. It actually worked out pretty nicely. Kelmar, go ahead and repair this one also. This is like actually terrible of me. Kelmar keeps getting distracted, wanting to take care of the visitors. I'm actually going to take that off because the visitors have paralocabasia, which means that even if they are furious about the world, they can't mental break. It's not possible. So their low recreation feels bad, etc., etc. So I'll go ahead and just move the television over to help them with that, but it's actually not important to do so. So there y'all go. Oh, one thing I was thinking about for next playthrough, I can't decide if I actually want to do it, but an idea I'm having is to go ahead and do a cheese base. Because though it's the case I tend not to play in cheesy ways or exploity ways, I'm aware of most of them. So I'm considering doing one of those absurd, like 500% difficulty, build the impenetrable kill box, in which your people can aim at enemies and they can't aim at you and so on. I don't know. I find them ridiculous and not a lot of fun after a certain point, but it's just something I've never done on stream before, and so it could be cool to talk through and think through that kind of thing. We'll see. But a very cheesy base could be very, very fun. It's the kind of base that our friend Adam vs. Everything has really perfected, playing at the highest difficulty with no pausing at all, and gets hundreds and thousands of enemies at once, and they just die. It's pretty silly. All right, so these goats have joined us. This is not an animal playthrough in any meaningful way. Goats need to be hauled in, unfortunately, so we'll have to invite good friend Kelmar to go grab them, and when that's done, take him back off of handling again. So in the morning, Kelmar, please come fetch some goats, which we will be selling for more body parts. Now, if I want to make Kelmar into the maximum robot man, he's got 2 eyes and 1 stomach, and that's about it for now. At some point today, we're going to research making him an improved nose to fix that. But I want to find legs, I want to find arms, I want to find all those really, really cool stuff. Could be interesting. Thank you, Architect. Yeah. There definitely is some cheese I'm not as familiar with. Like, there was one, what was it? There was some way of manipulating colonist movement that worked back on like beta 19 or something that I knew of, but I never quite figured out how it worked. And so I worry that some of my knowledge of how to cheese the game may be slightly outdated. So I may go watch some like YouTube videos and learn the latest and greatest strategies and in breaking the game. I know some of them, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, Kelmar, you fetching some goats. So I think, unfortunately, you can get one goat at a time because they're not still standing together. And I probably don't actually... Where are you, buddy? Where are you going? Where are you going? He got the first one. That's enough for now. And Bulk's Good Drader is... Bulk's Good Drader is flying overhead. Let's call and see if they're interested in buying our animals and maybe some wood. And I most especially want to buy plasteel, I believe. That's the thing we're struggling with right now. We only a little steel, but we are still cranking out the steel destruction there too. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I don't know how much silver I have right now, or where the silver's even living, to be honest. Here it is. So the silver's inside of the trade beacon area. Okay, they want my animals. Awesome. Which means I should go down and grab the other 2 lambs to sell, or goats, but to sell straight away. Though maybe you can sell them from any point on the map. Yeah, they don't have to be inside of the. They don't have to be inside of the pen or trade beacon to be traded. Animals can go anywhere on the map. I like to imagine the trade ship has a teleporter, locks onto the life sign. Hello, too chill. How's it going? I have something fishy here. Wait, what's up? What are you looking for? Huh? Wait, you have 5,000 hours in game, understand what's mechanics. What are you looking for? I don't know what you're asking me. If you're looking for a stream where things are nice, that's here. If you're looking for a suggestion on what game to play, I don't know. Sorry. My apologies for my lack of interpretation skills. We still need to use our fancy structuring chip here. Definitely got to do that sooner or later. And cowboy hats. We made a bunch of parkas earlier to sell off. We'll continue going ahead and doing that. And some pants, some parka. Dump one more of those. Okay, extra cowboy hats. We have our little crafting bot endlessly making clothing for us. They don't have anything I exactly want to buy, do they? Nah, no exotic goods, just bulk goods. So plasteel it is, as always. And I think we need 75 or so for the bots currently, maybe 150 for some of the bigger ones. So I can afford actually all of it, can't I? No, I can't. I don't know how math works. About 100 of it, that will be fine. Cool. Cool. And now, can I go ahead and repair one of these? It's a medium, actually. Sorry, mediums go here. Not enough bandwidth. Wait a second. Kelmar has lost 1 bandwidth. What did I do to consume 1 bandwidth? Because previously, this was functional also. Now, all of these are flashy on. Kelmar gets bandwidth from his backpack and from his fancy hat. Did I build a new little bot at some points? Huh. Okay, I think I may have made 1 more lifter bots. I'm honestly not sure. I'm honestly and genuinely unsure why I've lost a bandwidth. So, all right. So once more with one of these, take a bunch of steel. Are we in components right now? We're not making any more components. We have 56 of them. That's absolutely absurd. And so it's just pure steel. Now the big steel producer is here. Don't really want Kelmar to have to do that. Want to keep him researching for sure. And the big bot miner has not found any steel spots recently. Presumably we'll find some more pretty soon. All right, so where is Big Boy the miner? Getting refilled. Our construction bots are also low energy right now. We'll go ahead and ask Kelmar to plug one of them in. It's unfortunate to see that they're just passed out there. This probably means we don't have enough chargers in the base right now. It's probably the case that one more would definitely help us out. So I'm going to dump one inside this room, which is where my combat mechs hang out mostly. This will be additional, more steel needed. This will also draw additional power, and so we need to go ahead and hurry along with make the next geothermal spot. We'll see. For 9 years of playing, have 1.5 pods is very strange. Yeah, this playthrough is a pure Mechender playthrough. The entire playthrough has been just him and any children that has to join the base. I wanted to see if it was possible to create a base run by just one mech character and all his little helper friends. So this base has been going on for a couple months now of play, playing 1 day a week, and yeah, that's what you're seeing here. But no, most of my big bases, most of my playthroughs end up with many characters. On this playthrough, we've just rejected anyone who wants to join who's not a child. But yeah, no, I agree, it's an unusual playthrough. Just the very first time I read about Biotech, I thought to myself, oh, is it actually possible to have a successful base with only one adult? And it is. Chill, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. And like I said earlier, today may be the last day of this playthrough. I've accomplished most of my goals, but we'll see how it goes. As of now, we're up to 66 Devil Strand. That's not enough for the Devil Strand duster I'd like to make. We did plant some out here, though. It'll be ready someday soon, and that will be just fine. Now, did we get the roof removed here? Looks like we did. Solar panels online. Battery is not charging because the battery is not plugged in. Good job, Resorty. You know how to play video games. All right. Once Kalmar is done with researching the waste pack atomizer, I'm going to have him go ahead and just dig straight steel for a little while. Well, hopefully our miner bot will find us some more pretty soon. Hopefully. I like the various guinea pigs and other small animals wandering around with their very silly names. I'll also like to have my hauler bots start getting all these slag chunks inside. What are hauler bots currently doing, and why is it not what I want? Alright, they're currently fetching gold out of the pit here. That's fine. Alright, beloved Kelmar, before bedtime tonight, let's please go ahead and pull these chunks in. Oh, can't haul. I forgot. We need to change this today. Do we need to change this today? I can't remember. So, is Kelmar the religious fellow, the research specialist, is unable to handle, cook, grow, mine, cut, haul, clean? He just handled a bit ago. So he's not refusing to haul for that reason. He's able to haul. Oh, not assigned to hauling. Yeah, okay. It's this thing over here. I turned it off because he couldn't do it at all while he had that title. We took the title away, though, because he doesn't need the bonus research speed. He's real quick and real good. Great. When you're done with that, grab another one, please, too. I think this is why I want to start making additional hauling bots, because there just are so many jobs all around the base. And the more of them we can get done, the better off we'll be. The hauler bot is, as of now, getting the slag. Cool. Now, with that said, I believe there's a pile of slag down here still. There is, and it's largely marked to haul already. It's just so far away that it's rarely getting done. We could go ahead and force my hauling bots to only be in a zone down here and only in a zone up there, and just carry the items back and forth at once, but it's not super urgent to do that. So as of right now, we won't do that. All right, beloved Kelmar, is it bedtime? It's 3 a.m. Nighty-night, little buddy. I'm also guessing that relatively soon, he's going to want to go into the machine and take a year off of his life. Yeah, 19 days to go, apparently. And then he'll want to take a day off his life, or a year off his life, and the base will be somewhat undefended while he can't talk to the robots at all. All right, that's getting done again. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm not seeing my crafter bot. There he is. Hello, little buddy. One thing I might want to do today is to set up a third control group, which will let me move some characters to recharging less often or more often. As of right now, all of my worker bots in group 1 are trying to start recharging at exactly the same amount, 10% through 60%. I know some players go ahead and set the worker bots to 100% energy, You understand why it'd be good to have full batteries, of course, but I tend to go a little bit lower so we have more time working instead of time charging. Now, at this point in the game, maybe it makes sense to go all the way up if I were to make more chargers. Shell, you do a bunch of mods for your game, lots of different diversity, and a fully Japanese mod? Wait, what? That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I tried to play the game in Japanese once, some years back, and I remembered a lot of how to play the game based entirely on like muscle memory, like knowing orders is this button here, and then what color I was looking for. But any event that popped up, it was sort of like, what are these words? I don't know. I may try it again at some point in the future, but for right now, no. And as far as like biodiversity mods, I totally get why when we play with them, they make the game look beautiful in a really important way. But I do tend to play unmodded, which works for me. How much more work is there to go on waste pack atomizers? 1,700 points remain. There'll be a few more days of work there. So ideally, we want to find other stuff that our little bots can do. It'd be such a game changer if there were any kind of robot you could make to run the deep drill. I think this is the one thing in the playthrough that feels consistently awkward, is if I want Kelmar to do anything, he can't be mining. And so the game becomes much, much, much slower with Kelmar just doing all the mining after a certain point. Now, if we manage to find more steel in the mountain, that does change everything quite a bit, but no guarantees on that. A trade ship yet again is overhead. This might be the game saying, just go ahead and buy some steel. Stop complaining about mining, buy some steel. So we will go ahead and do that straight away, though it is the case right now that Kelmar is getting that one robot functional again. And where did he get the bandwidth for that? Wait, I have confused. One moment. So, yeah, one moment. We didn't build any of the new towers. The Scyther's 2 bandwidth, correct? Yeah. Huh. I wonder why a moment ago the game said I couldn't gestate that Lancer, rather, or Scythe, or whatever it is, because we didn't have bandwidth availability. I wonder if the power went off briefly? Seems unlikely. I have no idea why that wasn't working before. Anyway, the whole team will be back online very soon, and that will be just fine. So far, we've fought the first mech boss thrice, maybe 4 times even. We fought the second mech boss once, and the third one once also. I'm considering fighting the second mech boss again today. There's nothing in particular I want to build, though it might be nice to have additional mental implants to work a little faster, to do a little bit more, but we'll see. Hey, Fears! How do I say your name? I still don't know. Yesterday a follow, today a subscription. I appreciate it a whole bundle. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for the freedom from the ads, and I really appreciate it. Fears? I'm going to say Fears unless you correct me. So I want to get it right, you know. But thank you, my friend, for being a friend. The Kevin's going to stick around. Excellent. More uranium, more good. I think I'm just going to sell the uranium. Though, again, I actually don't want to buy anything from this person. There's things I have to sell, but really, really nothing. So, fine, whatever. Oh, no, again, steel. Steel. I keep forgetting I say I'm going to do this. Gotta do it. They have 510 steel. Is it possible to buy literally all of it if I sell the vast majority of my uranium? So we'll sell 700 uranium. Hey, very good. I kind of want to keep some uranium, though, to make uranium walls, which are, I think, the highest HP walls in the game, and can be very good when you just shoot into a wall repeatedly for fighting. So we'll go to 500 instead. I think we'll still be fine. Here we are, getting a little cash. Looking good. So now, steel overwhelming. I need to make very careful use of this, though. So I don't actually need to get this thing online again. That steel should go for making new power. That is the correct call. Gotta do it. So I have Kelmar just go drop the stuff up there so it doesn't get used elsewhere. And that'll be just fine. Your buddy Know What You're Saying highly recommended me. Thank you very much. I always love and appreciate when viewers who enjoy the show recommend me to other viewers, build the community organically. The standard line is that Twitch does not have super great stream discovery because there are so many streams out there, and how would Twitch know what you like? And so I think the very best way to approach that is friends telling friends. Now, I see a warg here. Nobody likes wargs at all. And I should probably not have Kelmar go interact with a beast like that without his posse. So let's raise the posse and quickly fight this predator animal before it causes problems for us. On the other playthrough, Winky Face, predator animals have become a constant feature. I think today, the video come out tomorrow will be the second time in a row I have to deal with one of those. And you might recall that playthrough is still just using bows. Holy moly, Kelmar did not need the assistance of his team. He blasted a sniper rifle bullet through the warg's liver. No liver, no life. The end. Sorry, team. Sorry to make them all come all the way out here. Go home, all of you. Well, at least they got a little bit of exercise. They worked their joints, made sure they're still moving. Probably getting rusty out in the rain, but that's all right. All right, the shuttle has arrived that is interested in picking up our 2 visitors. Select loading. These 2 people who cannot walk, of whom one is worth 4,500 money and the other one 215. A slight discrepancy in levels there. One's a knight of the Empire with all kinds of psychic abilities and crazy good armor. The other one is just some guy. Very, very good. Now, I don't know if hauling bots are able to haul people into shuttles. And I don't know if they'll prioritize that among all their hauling jobs. So I'm going to have Kelmar just do that work. Who are the Graves? Wait. Oh, it said Dr. Game Merchant has reserved this character. It's probably to do medical work as opposed to carry them, because Game Merchant is locked inside of a zone here. The Graves are actually every single humanoid we've killed in the game so far. Most playthroughs I do not do this. Most playthroughs I start doing cremation at some point, but I decided early game we'd send a message to our neighbors. Yeah, this is not a playthrough in which we're eating people or, killing our colonists. Except for the part where I put children into machine bodies. Other than that. Oh well. Yeah, that's where these go. These are the valiant heroes who gave their lives to fund the machine brain pile. I know. Bad guy resorty. I'm saving the child, right? Saving the children from a life of suffering. Gotta keep that in mind, or else I seem like a monster of some sort. Alright, Kelmar has moved one of the people in. He needs to sleep right now, so I don't think there's any urgency unloading people in the shuttle. Yeah, the quest itself does not say when they need to be put in there. So I actually wonder if this ever fails. Like, if you just don't bring the people who need to blast off to the machine, do you get to keep them in your base forever? Whichever way. I do want the quest reward. I want the Empire to like me more. So in the morning, beloved Kelmar will where'd the person go? So maybe my hauler bot did grab it, because I'm relatively sure. Oh, yeah, the hauler bots actually can haul people. I knew they could carry corpses, and I knew that the doctor robot was able to carry people around also to save them when they go down in combat. I did not realize that hauler bots could carry a person. Going a little slow. Good job, Ava. Appreciate it. Hello, Volo. Time for the blast off. Everybody's loaded. There it goes. Woo! All right, quest completed. We got a little bit more reputation with the Empire. The Empire is still solidly our ally with 69 points of friendship. We did summon them during the last big boss fight, and they still love us just fine. I'd like very much to get the Alliance as allies at some point today. To do that, though, we're going to have to send a bunch more junk to them. I shouldn't say junk. Special gifts have been chosen personally by me for them. Also, a tremendous amount of our recent steel acquisition has gone to making the sterile floor here. This machine works slightly faster the more sterile the room is. So as of right now, it's working at 102%. Hooray! So unless we get the entire room done, it's going to be very, very slow going, expanding point by point over many, many, many tiles. But that 2% does save some time. I believe it's the case that Kelmar needs to get locked in the box for 4 days at default. And so 4 days, 2% faster math here. Probably on food right now. Lots of meals completed, a little bit of meat, quite a number of veggies, so much hay. At this point, we have more than enough hay we do not need, so I'm going to ask the hay pile. When I say ask, I mean demand. The hay pile stops growing hay. What would we like instead? I think I'm just going to plant a bunch of the Devil Strand mushrooms because they're high value for making clothing. We'll then be able to get more money out of our constructed clothing, which we can hopefully sell for robot body parts. Now, normally when I have a goal of having robot body parts on a character, I send a caravan out to nearby fancy cities to hopefully buy body parts. We've yet to leave the base in this playthrough, though. With only the one character, it feels very, very risky to leave. And so I'm kind of back and forth on that one, whether it's a good idea to abandon the base to visit folks nearby. I think there are not that many folks nearby, but surely Kelmar and his robots will be able to get around. So we're here. We looked the other day. These are hostile. This is hostile. These are hostile. Yeah, so the nearest friendly folks are up here and down here. In the right direction, we have a giant mountain to come over. In the southern direction, some little hills to get through. So it's currently spring, so fastest movement on the map. We go down to here, it will take us 3.6 days each way. Now, because we do have a drop pod launcher, we could blast ourselves all the way there, actually. I believe. We have to then march back, or bring along the materials to make a new drop pod launcher and launch ourselves back again, which is definitely the safest way to fly, no doubt about it. So we'll see what happens. I think today we may actually leave the base for the first time. In doing that, though, I want to set up some automated defenses. That's a lot more steel, unfortunately. So we'll see how it goes. Kelmar's up to 6,500, so 1,500 points. Slower and sooner, slower and slower. It's nearly done. Speaking of nearly done, we have 2 more tiles left here. And if you didn't see it last time, we now have a beautiful church. I do want to put some artwork in here eventually. Also, the insignia on the right-hand side is definitely not quite lined up correctly, but that's an intentional imperfection to remind the robo-gods that only they are perfect in their calculations. But yeah, this is our grand church. The entire floor is somehow smooth. It took streams and streams and streams, but it's all bright and beautiful. Actually, to bring up the beauty thing, you'll see that the temple's extremely impressive and rich and spacious. It's not especially beautiful. That's the one thing we can improve to make it even a better place, though you're not going to do much better than extremely impressive, for sure. Hey, a wild man has wandered into the world. His name is Troy. This is not a wild boy, it's not a wild girl, it's a wild man. And so we're probably going to ignore him all the way through. He was once a Marine, and now he is not very good at shooting. Oh, he's Neanderthal. So he has the default malice to shooting ability. So he gets -4 from his shooting ability. So he should have 10 as a Space Marine, but only gets the 6 instead. Very good at punching ascetics, who's happy being naked and in a terrible place eating raw rice. And he's quicker to have mental breaks than other folks. Great character, a lot of fun, but no adults allowed. We'll leave him alone unless he gets into our food stores, at which point we'll begin blasting wildly. Calmer's making an assault rifle. Wait, why are you doing that, brother man? We have one masterpiece or masterwork assault rifle. We have one legendary SMG. Why on earth am I making an assault rifle? I think earlier, before we got the heavy SMG, I wanted to have a second really good gun for children to use for outfitting child soldiers. That's the actual answer. Right now, I want to save the parts for that, so I'm going to cancel this actually, and then go ahead and turn off this job. Maybe eventually we'll outfit the child soldiers differently, but who knows, who knows, who knows. I mean, obviously the Shadow knows. I've actually never heard that radio drama. I know of it. I know how to make a joke about it, but I know nothing about it past then. Or past that, rather. I believe that Big Boy has finished his digging. Yes, indeed. The mountain has been fully consumed once more. It is time to just select again, dig on in, and see what we find. You'll get a pick this time. The first answer that gets to 3 responses we'll choose. So, do we want to dig into Area 1, right here, Area 2 down here, or Area 3 right here? 1, 2, 3. Which one feels most likely to have an ancient danger hiding inside? We got a 2, we got a 3. The votes are happening. They're coming in quick. All right, we got 3 threes. Thank you for the votes. I appreciate it. So y'all chose this one right here. The one thing as of right now I need to refuse to do is to dig all the way through. Because as of right now, thankfully, the north half of the map and the south half are cut off. And so we can clearly decide where the raids are coming from when they show up. So I guess dig out this direction. And I'll dig into the thickest part of it straight away. And we'll go ahead and do a couple exploratories in each direction. Of course, I need to outfit child soldiers differently. They all get different robot bodies. Right you are, right you are. But for their childhood, they need to be trained in the ways of warfare personally. And so everybody gets the assault rifle because it keeps them at sufficient distance where I don't worry they're going to die in combat. Unlike half of these characters. I think when this playthrough started, I said, my goal is to make sure that none of the children in Kelmar's care ever die. And then that went out the window when I believe Little Pepper MG, sitting and talking on the radio, got hit in the head with a mortar. And I thought it was the case that this part of the mountain was safe, but no. When you get to this point, mortar shells can fall through the roof. Dead Pepper, dead playthrough goal, but still a lot of fun. How many days have we been in this playthrough? Oh, Pepper was in the dining room when the mortars landed. Oh, okay. I thought it was up here, but no, it was in here. Yeah, there's also a hole in the wall right here as we hit. Poor Pepper. How many actual days have we played this playthrough so far? It's been, heading on to 3 days. That's how it goes. And then in-game days, it's currently 550 days since the playthrough started. It's been a good playthrough. It's been a good base, looking good. Hey, hi, Italian. The day's going well. Hope you're having a good day also, my friend. Alright, did more steel get down here? 154 of it, so yes. Little construction bot is trying very hard to get this thing built now. So I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I know right now this is a dumb thing to do in this order. Because once it's built, if we get a raid from down here, they'll attack this and destroy it, wasting all that steel. I should probably be focusing on building here instead to ensure we don't fail this quest. Hey, the person we took care of from the Empire has healed up nicely and left the map. More friendship points, more good. So here we currently have 12 days to go. Lots of time. But the reason I shouldn't build this yet is because the wall around it is not yet built. But to build the wall around it, we need to stop using the granite stone up north. Now there is granite stone right here we can take apart. So Kelmar, 800 points to go. I think is going to happen today. And I suspect we need some advanced chips to make the waste pack atomizer. Also, I believe it's relatively slow going. And we only have, okay, so this is 1,000 packs. 4,000 or so packs. I think someone mentioned very early in this playthrough that the atomizer might eat only 5 packs at a time. We'll be producing packs at the exact same time we're consuming them. Oh gosh. Some poor robot's entire purpose in life is to be feeding the atomizer forever and always. We'll see how it works. Presumably I would need more than one atomizer to clean up Yucca Mountain. But surely we can get the government funding for it, and we're going to be the very silly part of the game pretty soon, I suspect. We have used up absolutely all of the steel we got before. No, we haven't. It got hauled in, but we actually have not used that. That's good, that's good. It might be that the atomizer supports the waste pack generation of 5 robots. Okay, I mean, that's definitely better than it only eating 5 at a time. But, yeah. So we have, I don't know, 40, 30 robots? Quite a few of them. That's okay. We'll definitely find a way for that. All right. Little Gash here should be sleeping. He got repaired and then was not put in the correct group. So you go to here. You're pretty sure it only eats 1 at a time? Okay. Hey, Bluffing. It's good seeing you again. Good evening to you also. I'm sure it's pretty late for you, but we appreciate you hanging out with us on this Rimworld Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is. Okay, I'm looking now for any other loose metal that we can go ahead and take apart or send. Yeah, there's still this stuff. Are there any other machines to take apart? I'm fairly sure we cleared them all earlier. Yeah, all the ancient machinery has been consumed by Kelmar's ongoing quest to make the finest possible machine home for himself. This is part of the reason I want to find the ancient danger, is we'll get some steel out of it, most likely. 2 pop-ups all at once. Number 1, thing number 1, the yak. Thing 1 and thing 2 has gotten sickly, unfortunately. Poor little buddy. So out in the barn, thing number 1 has got the plague. Now, earlier I took Kelmar off of doctoring because he was wasting too much time saying hello to the visitors. This time, though, we'll go and put Kelmar back onto doctoring to take care of the animals. Good. Number 2, Lord Kelmar says, it's time once more. My birthday is coming. I want to turn back time. Not being 42, but feeling 41 instead. Now, the issue, as always, is when Kelmar goes in the machine, I can't run any of the robots in combat. So you have to be really, really careful on when we choose to do that. Kelmar, rise and shine. Go take care of the animal here. The animal's set up to use herbal medicine on it. That should be more than enough for a creature like that. We'll keep an eye on it, though, because the 2 yaks together have been producing lots and lots of yak babies, and the yak babies have kept us in pretty good piles of money. 250. And some measure of this has been the real research goal of the playthrough. Just being able to actually undo all the terrible pollution we've made. Gonna be swell. Kind of want to just watch it happen. As always, Kelmar's probably gonna go to bed just before it finishes. Yeah, there he goes. Where are you going, brother man? I had a little walk for something. Oh no! Oh no! I see the word child. I'm going to push the accept button. Theodore Cosma, the High Stellarch of the Empire of Usko, wants a favor. His friend, Roskis Asmitpus, is interested in learning about other cultures, namely mine. He wants to visit for more than a month, almost 2 months. Rokus is sick with the blood rot, requiring daily treatment. The disease can be slowed with high-quality care and medicine, but cannot be cured outright. If the disease becomes severe, then Rokus will die. So you better take care of him. You must keep Rokus' mood above 35%. He likes quality accommodation. We'll gain goodwill if we keep his average move above 50% instead. All right. That's a lot of gold. The only reason I want to take the gold is to sell it back or to send it somewhere else to make friendship. I'm going to take the straight goodwill, which will get our... actually, I was going to say I'll take straight goodwill, which will get our relationship to plus 100 with the Empire, as high as it can be. But I wonder how much goodwill we get if we keep him super happy all the way through. If it's going to be 12, there's no point in taking more than cap. Give me a minute to think about this. We have 5 days. We definitely need to move the TV over. The quality of the hospital right now is decent. It's kind of ugly because the floor tiles, which are sterile, just do not look good. They're very, very nice quality for cleanliness, but not attractive even a little bit. I think I have some artwork in the base that I can move into here. Because once again, we're getting people from the Empire who just want to hang out in the hospital. So currently, the children's room right here has a beautiful sculpture inside. They get 100 beauty points. So we'll reinstall it in here so that our visitor can enjoy the look of the world. Kalmar, move that also, please. And then where else do I have artwork? I believe I made 3 or 4 artworks, but most of them were pretty poor quality, so I sold them. But let's look around the base and see if I have any others. Often in the dining room. Nope, dining room has none. It is possible I only have 1 functional piece of art. And that doesn't feel super great, but we can also put some flowers in here. Now, actually, I don't know if the inclusion of flowers lowers the sterility of the room. It's gone from being decent to somewhat impressive just like that. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay, let's go ahead and invite... I was going to say, are the gas masks ugly? But no, the gas masks are on the shelf, and so not anything. Yeah, this is fine. The same with the herbal medicine, I think is ugly usually, but on the shelf it does nothing. Okay, so a little child in a coma wants to learn about our culture. Now, again, I don't know how he's going to learn about our culture while being in a coma. I think the Stellarch may be lying to us. We're going to go ahead and take the gold to give as a gift to the other factions. So 23 days of the kid hanging out. Hello, Rokus! 13 years old. Not really a child. There's some lying there. And he's actually not in a coma. He is merely ill. I'm putting him on industrial strength medicine, which is the middle grade that should be good enough to keep him alive all the way through. And unfortunately, he's just going to hang out in the bedroom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, resting, immediately going to bed. Alright, so I'd like you to do absolutely nothing unless things go really bad, other than just hanging out, hanging out in the hospital. What's he wearing on his head there? Oh, is that your hair? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was thinking he had a nice little hat on, or perhaps an upturned rice bowl. But no, it's just his hair. Sorry, Rokus. Alright, so you're going to hang out here forever. People in coma can still hear people coming to visit them. That's true, that's true. Definitely Dr. Game Urchin, our paramedic bot, will keep a good eye on Rokus forever. Maybe we can give him a haircut while he's sleeping. Now, I can't change his name, can I? Oh, I can. That's fine. So this person is not going to do anything in the base, but I want to give back to all y'all who subbed to the channel. So, Italian, thank you muchly for the earlier subscription. Your contribution to the base is going to be sitting in bed the entire time. Now, our job is to keep his mood above 50%. He arrives in base at 44%. So, if you actually have to keep it 50 all the way through, we've already failed right away. But his comfort's going up. His beauty is solidly at 48%. I believe it's the case. Yeah, the beauty from the sculpture is casting to his bed. We may need a little bit more beauty in here pretty soon. Back to bed, please. Oh! Because he's not in a coma, he wants to walk about and do things. I can't force him to stay in bed or after he's been treated. Cool. I tell you to do things. In that case, what do you like doing? He likes animals. He likes conversations. All right. We want to give him the thing that he most enjoys doing, because that will add to his happiness as he does it. So animal handling, gosh, that matters too. And then anything you don't enjoy, you won't do. Now, to further contribute to his happiness, we should... Wish we had kids for him to look after. He'd like that also. We should also make sure we have the best possible food he can do. Amputate his legs? What is wrong with you? I'm never coming to a party at your house. You send me an invitation. You want to come over for dinner? There go your legs. Yeah, definitely one way to play the game is to force people to stay in bed by removing legs, but we're not doing that this playthrough. Like I was saying, one way to help him is to give him the best possible kind of food. Oh my goodness. And we do have some lavish meals. Those would be great. So we want to ensure we have lavish meals always available. Unfortunately, they do require meat. And we have very, very little meat left right now. So we have to go some hunting for that. Let's go and make sure that only Hytalion is using the lavish food right now. So Kelmar is going to move to some other food job. Namely, fine is... Actually, I'm going to move Kelmar to normal. So he'll only eat the basic meals and leave the slightly better ones for Hytalion. Is that good? Is that good? Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, you can't make veggie lavish meals? Oh, can you? Oh, you're right. You're right. Those were added not terribly long ago. Yeah, the carnivore thing and the vegetarian thing. You genius. I should name a character after you at once. So, awesome. Up they go. We can go and get rid of this one. And instead change the job over to still have our mechs make it until we have... You like this special treatment? You better not cause problems for me, Hytalion. You better not cause problems at all. Recently, because of only having one character, I went ahead and changed a lot of our growing over to non-food. Hopefully the mighty pile of potatoes will still be enough. Hytalion already has a break risk. So, how does the quest phrase it exactly? Average mood. It's over the course of his time here, as opposed to always above. Now that said, his mood's already going down somewhat. It is climbing. It is climbing because he loves his job. At this point, he hasn't used the dining room. He hasn't eaten here, etc., etc. So it will climb higher as time goes by. Now, how's your clothes? All normal quality. No problems at all. Good to good. Hey Grok, you're really enjoying your frustrating games of Rimworld. Yeah, I mean, especially when you're getting started. It's a game with a lot to learn, a lot can go wrong. Hope you're enjoying it okay. Also, Kelmar is now fewer than 100 points away. Gotta get him back on the research soon. Big Boy began to dig out over here. No ancient danger so far. And though it's the case that I know I shouldn't do this, it leads to very weird infestations that are hard to deal with. We're just going to dig through the middle here in both directions. So the reason I don't want to dig out this way is it makes an easier way for sappers to get into the base. And the more walls they have to go through, the better. All right, combat suppliers coming to visit. Hello, buddies. So this is one of the groups of buddies that I would like to make allies with us. We might just give them some items. Though as they're combat suppliers, they'll only want certain kinds of gifts. And those gifts are actually things we don't have, because I've been having my crafter bot smash down almost all weapons. Speaking of which, last stream I realized I hadn't done something I absolutely need to do, which is I need EMP grenades and I need an EMP launcher as well. And I am so glad I just remembered that, because we fought a mech boss with no EMP weapons, and that felt pretty stupid. So, I'm actually going to make sure that only Kelmar does these, because I want the highest possible quality on the launcher. Grenades don't have a quality, so it really doesn't matter at all. but the launcher most certainly does. And I think I read somewhere the other day that if you get the highest possible quality launcher, the stun on it actually lasts longer than the robot's cooldown reset. EMP is dangerous to mech base. So the reason I want it is the second mech boss in particular can absolutely swarm you with mechs. And the one time we've got, the second most close to the end of the playthrough we've gotten is from the second mech boss. If I could just have someone stun where the second mech boss is, and then keep the robots back on our side to fight off wherever it gets closer, I think we'll be in much, much better shape. But yeah, initially I didn't build any EMP because it was dangerous to my mechs. But I think we can use it successfully. Maybe, we'll see. All right, it is finished. We can now build waste pack atomizers to get rid of our waste packs. Good, good, good. And then Ultra Mech Tech, so we can make the fancy centipedes, the Centurion, and the Legionary. These are ones that have shields that can protect their mechs. I'm so excited to make them. Also excited to make some Mech Lord armors. That'd be good. Can children throw grenades far? I think it's the case, but I may be wrong. I'm fairly sure that children and adults have the same throwing distance. But it'd be funny if they didn't. We'll check it next time I have a kid here. All right. What does it take to make the atomizer? It requires a nanostructuring chip. I was worried this would happen, and it has happened. So for every atomizer you want, you have to beat the third mech boss once. Huh. Now, I wanted to save my first nanostructuring chip to make Lord Kelmar some armor, because the armor gives additional bandwidth, I believe. Trying to fight the third boss a lot. It gets harder every time, though. And you have to build a dish to call for it every time also. Alright. I've wanted one of these such a long time that we're just going to go ahead and make one of them. I was planning to put it right here on the wall, but the fire foam popper's in the way. This fire foam popper exists only to stop any fire that was going to go invade Yucca Mountain. We probably don't need that anymore. I'm just going to uninstall that, and then we'll put it in our fire foam popper stacks there and there. Oh, this should be uninstalled also. Cool. Beloved Kelmar, come do that, please. We need, what, 75 plasteel, it said, and some amount of steel. I think we have it all right now. Speaking of steel and such. It has all the steel, but not the components. I'm fairly sure we have 50-some components. Yeah, we do. So that'll get hauled out eventually and made. Over here, the granite is still needed. My little crafter bot is gone missing. Where's little crafter bot? Ferronathus core. There you are. Oh, you're making grenades. So that's probably why they hadn't used the components yet in the construction down south, is someone else had claimed them for themselves. Only one bot at a time or character at a time can interact with a stack of stuff. Yeah, this one always throws me off when I see, oh no, why are they making a gun? That's clearly a trigger. No, it's a grenade actually. And maybe it folds together eventually and then pops back out when it's ready to shoot. Okay, so this fire foam popper is going to live here. I'm not quite sure how they're choosing places for them, but 2 there, and then we'll make another 1 or 2 back here as well. This does a lot of poppers, yes? I think it only is poppers. Yeah, and its important quality. Is the one down here critical, possibly? So it is. That's exactly why they preferred to drop them off there. After the next raid, whenever it is, whatever it is, I think, we'll have Kelmar go ahead and do his once-a-year mood reversal. Italian has nothing to do. All right, how you feeling, brother man? It's over 50%, but barely. Because Hytalion will not stay in the hospital, it's actually better for us to set up this bedroom as nice as possible. So we're going to go ahead and move the sculpture back. With the sculpture there, his bedroom will be very impressive, I believe. So high enough that he should be quite pleased. Somewhat impressive. It's not as high as it could be, but pretty darn close. And that'll give some additional mood points. Now, I sure do wish there were other things you enjoyed doing, my friend, beyond social and animals. We could invite Hytalion to go say hi to animals around the map, which will help with happiness every time they get there. The only problem is it'll be dirty and terrible the whole way. But deer require what level of handling to interact? A 7. Like bunny rabbits and rats are good possibilities, I think. Maybe even squirrels also. 4. All right, I'm going to ask Hytalion to go ahead and recruit these rats. And they will almost certainly turn into rat stew very quickly. Squirrels need 7. The marine needs 8, I believe. What are horses again? I think horses may be very, very low. Only 2. All right, get ye some horses. They're probably going to go to the glue factory, but who knows, who knows. Now, Hytalion, do you have a weapon at all? You don't. I'm going to give you the mighty assault rifle just to ensure that if you get caught out alone, you'll be able to do something other than run away. Okay. How many more days on this? If this quest is getting close to failing, I will send Kalmar just to build. We got still 11 days. Yeah, really no hurry. Really no hurry at all. With all the wood we have, we could invite Kalmar just to work on making art. I should probably have Kalmar digging steel at the same time. If you die, you hope it's in a funny way. I'm really hoping you don't die, because I need the goodwill off of you. But as of right now, look at that happiness. Look how great it's getting. That great dining room, attractive open room, hasn't even gotten the bonus yet for bedroom. Yeah, I think unless something really terrible happens, we should accomplish the quest pretty well with Hytalion there. I'm very glad that Hytalion's ideology does not require anything in particular to make them happy, or anything in particular makes them very unhappy. Work drive tripled. The leaders are able to make them work super hard for an extra long time. So they have some really fancy relics, amazing weapons and swords, but he's got none of it. Unfortunately, the weapon he's using right now, the assault rifle, isn't Ultra Tech. Ultra Tech would make him a little extra happy, but we have no Ultra Tech, unfortunately. At least not yet. Craig Caravan leaving. Oh, I didn't even say hi to them, did I? Oh gosh, Hytalion, run, run! Oh, it doesn't matter. I got distracted by other concerns. Now, like I said, that group has very, very little for us to trade to them. They would buy some Molotov cocktails, but that's really about it. Can't we smush Molotov cocktails for steel? Is that true? Maybe it's not. No. I mean, they're made of what? A glass bottle, some fuel, and a sheet of cloth. So probably no steel to be found in that one. Okay, now the fire foam popper has been moved here. We can set up the waste pack atomizer. And that takes, what, an 8 in construction? So hopefully our construction bot gets there relatively soon. 20 work left there. And I think there's no other construction or crafting jobs for Fernand's Core right now other than just getting back to stone making and such. Making jackets, right? So tailoring comes before smithing. Crafting, though, is a job we need for making the stones. But isn't smushing slag a smithing job? No, is it a crafting job? It is. So the robots always follow the work queue here, straight from left to right, no matter, there's no prioritization. So we will actually turn off this table entirely for right now, just to ensure that we get the stones made instead. I'm sure there's a mod that gives work queues to the little robot friends, but haven't seen that one yet. Things have crashed from the sky. Oh me, oh my. Holy moly. Whole bunch more fine food. And some additional chunks as well. Also, it has been created. Now, this is not plugged in anywhere. And if a raid were to come, they'd probably destroy us immediately. And I'd feel like a big dum-dum, having mentioned the possibility of being destroyed. So, fingers crossed that the raid is coming from the north. Also, fingers crossed that Hytalion is inside right now, not wandering near where the raid is. Let's start with that. Hello, Hytalion. Where are you? Inside. Awesome. Getting his weekly treatment, I believe. A group of Edakeen have arrived in transport pods nearby. They prepare for a while and then they attack. I believe they are coming from the north, which is such a lucky outcome for us. So, what we got? They are not coming from the north. This is awkward. I knew this was possible. I knew this was absolutely possible. I did not think it would happen. So there's no way out of here. There's absolutely no way out of here at all. Which means I hope that they go punch the door for a while to get out. I hope they don't go punch this geothermal generator. Do you have to tell them to not roof of the thermal generator? So I don't remember. I always do tell them not to roof over the thermal generator. I don't remember if that's required though. or what exactly. We actually already did mark it as don't build the roof. And there's certain habits I have when it comes to generators that I do not know why I do them. I've done them for a very, very long time. To the point I can't remember what happens if you don't do that. Okay, when I pull up the quest here... Oh, it no longer points, unfortunately. I think it may only point the first time you have it available. There is a possibility it's coming in other directions than just here. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. It gets very hot and so fully roofed. So I know that the geysers do. I didn't remember if this did also. But I see it's pumping out stuff, so it must make heat as well. Which says biome was not super necessary. Alright, they do seem to be all right there, so I guess we'll just mortar them? I wonder if I refilled my mortars. Why do I only think of this when the raid's actually happening, as opposed to when it'd be easy to refill them? Yeah, most certainly not refilled. Alright, beloved Kelmar, come on down. Let's get to work on getting the mortars ready. We'll hold fire on all of them for right now. And then Hytalion, I don't want you to fight at all. So you're going to get locked inside the base, along with our various robots. Alright, Hytalion here. I'll put you in the firewall zone. With the firewall zone, he actually can't get out to take care of the animals, which is his preferred passionate job. I'm going to change the firewall zone just slightly to ensure that, to ensure that he can go do this work. Also, while we have a down moment when we're not getting much done, I want to mention, if you don't know yet, and you like Rimworld, we have a Rimworld YouTube series. 1 episode a week, carefully edited and narrated by yours truly. Consider checking it out. It's a lot of fun. New episode tomorrow, and I sure do hope people enjoy it. But I guess most people watching Rimworld here already know about it, but do consider checking it out, if you please. Alright, so Hytalion is now locked inside. Also very, very happy. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Good. Good to good. We could invite Hytalion just to help reload a mortar. Now the question is your zone permitting you to get the shells? The answer is no. So we'll unrestrict just for the moment. And then, ooh-wee, there they are. So, Huh. This is actually the most well-equipped raid we've seen thus far. A whole bunch of grenades, some Molotov cocktails, a bunch of miniguns, a doomsday rocket launcher, and a 3-shot rocket launcher. So that's fun. Huh. I feel like last raid we had was just like imps with bows. This will be fine. Because they're at distance and they can't immediately get to the base, we have time to mortar them. I immediately think we could send Hytalion out to eat some rocket launcher blasts. What I'm probably going to do is use my mining robot to eat rocket launcher blasts. We've done that one raid previously, and his shield actually can go ahead and hold up a tremendous amount of damage against it. Now, the miniguns are unfortunate. Okay, so we don't have a kill box. We're playing no kill box at all, and we'll be just fine. And other lies I tell myself. Most importantly, then, is getting Big Boy back home. It does take him a while to get there. We'll invite him home right away. So, Big Boy, join the combat group. Some of my robots are a little bit uncharged. They'll be okay for a day or so we should be fine. So you escort the big boss. Great. One nice thing is in a raid like this, I can actually use my space heater to hopefully burninate some enemies. Kelmar has been converting Italian to the religion from 93 to 82. So I'm actually amazed by that because Kelmar's social skill is 0. Is actually -1 still. Where Hytalian's is a 5. And yeah, Kelmar's telling the good news of all of robot kind. At the same time, bulk good trade overhead will say hi in a moment. Are they waiting a while before attacking? If so, we can bombard them immediately. And then again, I do not know what they will do. Hoping they dig here. We could send Hytalion out to open this door and then run away. Just to ensure they come out this way and then around. It'd be really annoying if they decide to dig through this, or worse, this way. Can you even imagine? We're going to mortar them in a second. That is coming. I was trying to think through other things too. Okay, are you coming at once? Nope, preparing for a while so we can mortar them in that position. What do you want to bet we mortar them and it hits my generator? I have played this game enough to know exactly how this is going to go. Hytalion's shooting skill is a 1. Kelmar's is a 13. Yep. So I want Kelmar actually doing the shooting. Now, at the moment, there's absolutely no reason to have these mechs wandering. So I'm going to make a new zone here. They're going to call Robot Sleepy Time. Perfect. And we're going to dump that basically right where Kelmar is standing now. Or perhaps just against the wall instead. I should move these... it probably doesn't... Well, I guess it does matter. I was going to say I should move these fire foam poppers. I then said it doesn't matter because these enemies don't shoot fire. However, they have Molotov cocktails. This doesn't matter, etc., etc. We'll move those in a second. Okay. So, new zone goes over here. And I want to put all the military bots into it. Excellent. And then by putting them onto Sleepy Time, they'll move to it before going to sleep. Including Big Boy? Including Big Boy. Maybe a good time to use the shells that catch fire. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Unfortunately, I already loaded the other ones, so we're going to do that first. But fire may not be a bad thing at all against those poor furry beasts. Yeah, definitely should have reloaded these. We got 14 seconds, 13, 12. The numbers keep going by. Hytalion needs medical treatment or will surely die. So once this is loaded, we'll send Hytalion in to be visited by the Doctor Bot. Kelmar's mood is just fine at all. Wait, why are you stuck indoors still? You're outside. And then, like I said, we need to move these. Now, there's another stockpile for them here. It'll move just fine. Also, though, I never said that my work robots need to go hide inside. That is the correct call. Though I will briefly have the hauling bots available for moving those. Okay, that's all of them. Hauling bots, hauling medicine. That's pretty good. Like, curious to see if they actually get here. I move the hauling bots into a zone that's much closer to the base so they don't go wandering way, way far away for no good reason. And the zone called the Playpen is much closer by, and it does include these here. Good stuff. All right, the gun is loaded. The target is chosen. Just somewhere in the middle of this, the Doomsday Launcher. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, there's no particular reason to try to pick out one thing, so we'll just pick the middle here and see what happens. Fire, fire, fire. Okay. This one's ready to fire in 30 seconds. The other ones are not ready at all. I guess I will go ahead and move this over to Incendiary. Blast in just once on that. Nope, not rearming. Manning, rather. Okay, this is done also. Italian go there. And actually, I didn't see the hit, I'm sorry. I should have Kelmar go to here to shoot that one next. All right, what good stuff happened? Hey, we actually hit. I'm sorry I didn't see it, but one mini gunner is down. And I think 2 are wounded. Grief the Bad Doc. A pirate doctor had a passion for medicine but didn't get a medical degree. The only people who hire someone with no degree are underfunded pirates and terrorists. His patient's at about a 50% survival rate. Good to good. Good to good. Alright, so Physician heal thyself, obviously. Colt here has a bunch of damage as well. And then the fellow on the ground had his heart destroyed. Oh, Mila the therapist. Yeah, seeing these friendly names or friendly jobs on these monstrous characters makes me feel bad for killing them. Oh, Kate actually got damage also. Yeah, so the person with the triple rocket launcher is probably just going to die. Now, unfortunately, the triple rocket launcher will not drop. So if she dies before using it, we just don't get it, unfortunately. Also, detoxify lung. Fancy. Now, the other gun here is not biocoded. Is not biocoded at all. The 50% else kind of self-tend, so that's just flavor text, actually. Yeah, the bad doc stuff is flavor text entirely. They still get a +4 to medicine, as opposed to the higher plus on a normal doctor character. All right. So this one is marked to auto fire. I'm going to hold fire instead. This one's ready to rock. We'll go ahead and aim it again. This time I promise to watch. Destroy that tree. I hate that tree. It's on the way. I promise I will not unpause until we are watching. Kelmar, go ahead and go to that one again. Italian's in the process of being healed. Can come help with the mortar again in a moment. The shot is coming right here. Followed along. It's going through the mountain and... Uh-oh. Not as lucky that time. Did Kate take more damage at all? No. A complete miss. Boo, Kelmar. Boo. Hold fire there again. Very glad to report that the lifter bots are moving the fire pump poppers out. If we're going to be here for a while, I may have the lifters go ahead and bring Kalmar some food. Back on his feet again. Wants to go milk. Sorry, my friend, I need work on the shooting instead. Hold fire, yes. We're very lucky that this character is indeed bleeding out. Also, where's Big Boy now? Has almost arrived. Good job, Big Boy. Soon, soon, soon. Like I said, we'll definitely send Big Boy out to eat a rocket launcher if necessary. Ready to go. This is the part where we get to yell Ragnaros' line, "By fire be purged." Everybody loves it. Okay. I'm going to go back to normal shells again now. Okay. A fire's been started. Unfortunately, it missed absolutely everyone. So, the trees are going to catch a flame. Will our buddies run away from it successfully? I got some concerns they're going to. So, 1 hit, 2 misses so far. Alright. Italian, how's it going? Ready to launch. Ready to launch. Good stuff. Go ahead and load this one up instead. Hold fire. Kelmar, go here. Italian actually finished this one first. Okay. They're more tightly packed, it's true. They've been pushed away from that side. So now this tree we hate. That tree insulted my mother once. Oh, it's actually a better idea to have Italian move to the next one, I assume. And Kelmar. Italian needs to be on hauling to remove the prior shot. So you go to, which one's closest? 28 seconds. You go to this one. Kelmar, go to this one. Great. And a shot is coming in. Shot. Everybody. I hate you, mortars. So occasionally I so prefer the old mortars because the old mortars were just random. And so when you miss, you say things like, Rimworld random miss, the worst thing in the world. Now, though, they're at least partially dependent on character shooting, and it feels bad. It feels bad when they miss now. Alright, so 3 misses and 1 hit. Will we get lucky? Will we get fitty chance? And maybe shooting at the tree's the mistake. Maybe Kelmar's a bit of a Greenpeace fellow and just wants us to treat nature well. Thunder runs away. Italian move to this one. Kelmar to this one. It's here. Online away, and... Okay, it's a hit, kind of. So 9 hours until death. The no kill, but that was much closer to target than previously. Hello to you, Sir Wales. Hope you're having a good day for sure. Rizzy be sippin' the scissorp. I know what those words mean. I wish I didn't, but I do. Hope you have a good day, my friend. Thanks for being here. Apparently, Riz is now short form for charisma. And, I haven't told my students yet that I stream under the name Riz, because I don't think they'd be able to handle it. Alright, 1 more shot. Way away. Wait, did I move too fast? I moved too fast, I'm so sorry. Whoops. Okay, away again. What do you say? Video game. They're beginning their assault. We were curious what would happen. Now we get to find out. So they may go attack this immediately now. That's exposed. Yep. So the nice thing about this is they may kind of just stay around here and try to dig their way out really wherever. Someone is trying to dig into the base this way. It's going to take a while slamming at that wall with his minigun. They actually may hurt each other with their grenades, which is delightful. Loss of generator would be super undelightful. It's actually already removed from the power grid. Yeah, this guy came through and ripped out the wires. Now, we need to be super thoughtful for a moment. We are currently not producing enough power. We're going to burn through the batteries very quickly here. So, as always, what don't I need? Because we need to be absolutely certain that the band nodes here do not turn off or the robots will go wild. So, this consumes power. Go turn that off. This consumes power. Go turn that off. As does this and this. Italian, that's all loaded, yes. Awesome. You're going to be Mr. Go turn off stuff, please. Go. I'm actually let Kalmar just choose his own adventure here. And hope he gets someone interesting. Probably no help this time. Get this one also. This is what happens when you choose to allow Lord Kalmar to aim on his own. Good. Hey, actually hit that time. So whoosh. So whoosh had already been partially damaged by someone's wild grenade throwing. And then down here, Dirty and the Miner also. So quite a few of them are going to bleed out on their own very soon. These dum-dums right here got into a pile and got grenaded by this guy. Bunch of dum-dums. Dum-dums all. So this is a way in which I wish the AI were just a tiny bit smarter. These poor Chewbacca-looking creatures. Yeah, what you doing? What you doing just standing there? Oh, actually, in that case, it didn't hit them. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, why didn't it hit them there? I need to do some Rimworld science to learn how this works. I thought that would count as within range. Maybe it's on top of a wall, it doesn't? Huh. Having a wild party down here. Whammo. Raiders hate things. Alright, someone finally found the door. Never mind. He got bored of attacking the door. Alright. So do we have enough power now? Are we good? Still negative 860. And not everything is turned off yet. I tell you, I don't want to snack first. Why are you coming out here to eat? Wait, what's going on? Do you not have access to the lovely bedroom? You're unrestricted. You can go anywhere you want to. Why are you going there? Hey, some donkeys have joined us. Welcome, donkeys. You can live down there for now. Hopefully the raiders don't find you. Speaking of the raiders, they're finally free. They did indeed destroy the door. So, no more mortaring. It is time to fight this thing fairly. Also, it's time to have Hytalian get locked inside. Good. Are any of them actually loaded right now? No. So Kalmar, that's enough of that. It is time then to borrow the workers once more. Whoops. Have them escort us. So recently we've been fighting back here. I've been dropping back so the various turrets can fire onto the enemies, and we fight from where the animals live. And that's been working just fine. Unfortunately, in this case, we do need to push forward so at least Big Boy can eat some rocket launcher blasts. And the triple rocket launcher person is dead over here. It's biocoded so we can smush it down, but that's great. Also, a lot of drugs. No one else is a druggie, but apparently she was, or is. Was. We're going to have Kelmar go to this room for now. And then, really, just Big Boy is going to go out front. So what I would like to have happen is Big Boy gets far enough away from the base so they shoot on him, probably destroying some traps. We could try to put Big Boy into the middle of the graves where nothing's going to blow up. Okay, Kelmar goes stand against the wall. All of robot kind, please go wait there for now. Grenades, minigun, assault rifle, minigun. And I think that's all. People still throwing things at random walls. We have to be careful. This guy may actually dig his way inside the base. I don't think he will, but he's made a little bit of progress at least. So Big Boy's not going to get quite as far as I want him to, unfortunately. Also, this bot needs to correctly go inside now. So our hauling mechs go inside the base. Target acquired. Punchbot online. Doomsday rifle or Doomsday rocket launcher online. Good luck, Big Boy. Glorious. Big Boy survives. So shield pack at 92%. A tiny little burn. Wait, you can't burn? What do you mean burn? Big Boy doesn't burn. Very good, very good. So no more concerns of rocket launchers at least. I moved all of my poppers back. I should have kept at least one forward. I think earlier I meant to pull them to this side of things, but then got confused and retreated them entirely. So Hytalion, please don't die. I'd like you to, we're actually not going to do that. I can't have Hytalion die, I'll feel very bad about it. So Big Boy could go forward and Big Boy smash, but because there are no other launchers, I'm actually going to have Big Boy go ahead and retreat back to here, and then we'll fight on the corner as they come through. So we'll have Kelmar walk him back out, and we'll have our ranged folks disengage. Halberd goes up here as usual. Well, actually, we can't deploy Halberd. He needs to be walked to his position by the Mechanager. This poor person, having used their launcher, now has absolutely nothing. Militors, you go towards the front. Halberd can go up to here at least. Use cover of the mortar there. I believe it gives, what, 25% cover? Is that true? 40%. So better than some things, worse than others. Space Heater goes here. I'm intending once the Edakeen get up to here or so, I'll have my Firebot come up behind them and incinerate my farm. 3 meleeers go to the front. Oh no, someone caught Big Boy. Run, Big Boy, run. Do they have ranged weapons? So the minigun's going to be super annoying in a moment. As of right now, how far out can our meleeers go? Yeah, as long as Big Boy keeps pulling back, at some point very soon, the grenade characters will be close enough that we can quickly deploy the 3 Scythers onto them. And that'll be just super. Let's get you all a little closer. Run, Big Boy! Run! Well done! Excellent dodging, my friend. Excellent dodging. Because they don't have a long-range weapon here at all, I'm actually going to go ahead and invite my Lancers to go up with the pikemen. They're fleeing. No, don't flee. We're having a good time. I was feeling really confident in my strategy there. Oh, and they're already gone. Fine. So this guy has some really fancy armor. I think I would want to use that on Kelmar if I could get it. So mission to kill Braz, I believe, continues. Past that, yeah. Oh, having a little chit chat. They're running away and talking about what? jokes and roulette and courage. So this is actually the appropriate one, right? You're running away? Sure. Real courageous, fellow. Down here, the down person. Flak jacket. Super nice, of course. But that's about that. All right. Can we get this one dude dead? So Kalmar's going to run forward ASAPly. Big boy, job well done. After you have returned to your work, go dig again. And we'll bring the Freelancers to here. Halberd also forward. And see what we can do. We may be too slow moving to actually get a shot on this guy, but... Oh, they're trying. Oh, well, actually, we're right there. Whoops. I don't ignore that fellow and hope he ignores us also. And then appears to be just at the edge of range, unfortunately, for all of them. So we can continue forward again. The pikemen will have range for this, but no one else will. Don't catch on fire. Don't catch on fire. Thank you. Can we shoot here? I think not, unfortunately. Oh, lanterns are going on that one. All right, they all got away. If he hits a trap on the way out, that'd be super nice, but nah, he's too smart for that nonsense. He escaped safely. We escaped safely. Really no significant problems in that raid. Thanks to some really good mortaring, I guess. By which I mean very, very bad mortaring, but it's a good idea to begin mortaring at least. Okay, Group 2 returns to sleepy time once more. And we should definitely say hello to the folks flying overhead. Now, Hytalian's mood has dropped a little bit. He hates that someone tried to convert him. However, apparently one of the Edakeen was known by Hytalian and hated by Hytalian. And glad they're dead. I'm glad too. Sell any unnamed animals. And with the donkeys. Is once again bulk goods, so just steel being purchased probably. And we have no horses to sell right now. We do have Nutrimine. I probably need to start making some proper medicine at some point soon. I've said that for a while, but I think we still have a halfway decent pile of this stuff. All right, so I would like to buy 200 at least. 250. We need to replace a... Yeah, we need to go replace a generator, unfortunately. We can't run our own base right now on the power we have. Got so much wood. Scads and scads of stuff. We'll go and sell 1,000 of it. And I think that's about that for now. So, good trade. Come again soon. Adios. Move all of our mechs back to the correct zone again, which is unrestricted for you. Military zone for all of these, except for the firebot, who gets moved to... I'm bummed we didn't even get to use the firebot. This keeps happening. Like, I believe that someday we'll deploy him, and then just never quite. It happened. Like I said, now that the raid is done, it's time for Kalmar to go ahead and get 1 year taken off his life. He can't do anything for 4 days, and so our bots will not be able to move between groups or get drafted at all. So we gotta be absolutely sure they're all on the correct job before they go. Here comes the Royal Tribute Collector. The taxman arrives, demanding gold, demanding other stuff too. Give me your slaves, they say. It is the case that we're almost best friends with the folks here. So I could give them gold just to get, just to get there entirely, but if we complete the current quest with Italian, we should be fine, even without giving them things. Kalmar's having a bad day. Still trying to put fire out. Is hungry. Is tired. Wants to do anything else. Does affect zones restrictions also? Archit, I'm not quite sure what you mean with that question. Would you explain to me a little bit more? I'll be happy to answer once I understand. Does what affect zones restrictions? Whatever it is, the answer is probably yes, but... Oh, his aging process. No. So the robots will still do what they're supposed to do, and you can force movement on them with the really cheesy use of zones, but you can't draft any. So any that are asleep, you cannot wake up. Now, with that in mind, we could put all the robots on patrol mode, so they just keep walking around, and then force their movement, and hope that we get them where we need them via zoning. Hey Vera, it's going well today. Hope you're having a good day also. Having a lot of fun with old Rimworld as always. Yeah, we'll let him sleep. Are any of my robots broken right now? Only Big Boy. I think Big Boy gets to keep his battle scars. Again, you don't burn. Maybe the burn's like a black streak on his body. He doesn't like that at all. Fine. Oh, to you. Prodromus. It's like Nostradamus. A psychic 66-year-old hussar. He's moving real slow. Both hypersensitive and deaf. Love it. Frail old man, broken foot, broken leg. Rough. You mean metal can be burned? So in game it can't. Mechs have 100% fire resistance. Or I think it's actually 200% heat resistance. So whatever it is, must have more than 200% heat damage for it to be called a burn. You didn't realize we were limited on zones to the playthrough of this? Yeah. There is a number of zones they're limited to in the base game. It's one mod I really consider playing with, is the ability to make different zones beyond that. The aging process thing is just part of his ideology, as opposed to being part of the Mechaner base game. I made his ideology a little silly. I don't quite remember how I made the choices I made, but it's been fun. Alright, Italian, the base is going to belong to you in a minute here. You're going to be fine. Going to be fine. Okay. Fire's still burning. Kelmar, we're going to say rise and shine at 4 a.m. And do we think this will put itself out? Or do I need a fire foam popper? The problem, of course, is it is burning more of my traps. However, we got a whole bunch of wood for more traps. I think normally in a more efficient base, I'd move all the wood forward so that they get repaired quickly. I'm actually feeling a little cocky, though, as if we do not need the traps we have. Like, they've been useful, but their stopping power is quite low compared to the stopping power of the various mechs. Good morning, Kelmar. You can have one quick meal here, and then get in the machine. Speaking of things I need to get done. Still need a whole bunch more junk over here. And how many days left? Still 10. What you doing, Franciscore? Having a wander. Oh, did I make only Kelmar? Oh, I paused it. Resort, you fool. Okay, unpaused at 85, so actually I didn't unpause it. It's just the stones are not being used to construct. Oh gosh. So it's possible my construction bots are attempting to construct all these traps. I'm actually going to hold off on that for right now. It's more important that they get this made. And they're getting it done now. Cool stuff. All right, Kelmar. Into the box you go. Age reversal. Kelmar's entering the Biosculptor and beginning age reversal. At the same time, some happy news. He finally found additional steel. Nice, nice, nice. Grubzilla, thank you much for the Prime sub. 21 months, a lot of months. You're a big gray elephant, watch you fly. Feather in my trunk, finger in my eye. That's weird, but Grubzilla, thank you for being part of the YouTube community also. I actually only realized the other day that you are the Grobby on YouTube. There are a number of viewers who do not have the exact same name between YouTube and Twitch and Discord, and I often get confused of who is whom. And, yeah. Thank you for being part of the YouTube community and sharing your sub here and all the rest. I should probably just believe that everyone on YouTube comes from Twitch, but I think that may not be true. What is the power conduit story? Yeah, part of the trouble with the YouTube thing is there's multiple people with the exact same name. Like there are 3 Pauls who comment, and so when I name a character Paul, don't know which one's referring to. Feels bad, feels bad. The Atomizer is coming online. The true aim of the playthrough is about to begin. Sneaky or inconsistent, it's true. I mean, the weirdest thing that's happened, and I don't think any of you have done this, occasionally there are viewers with whom I've had not great interactions, who have left the community in a huff, and then some years later they'll come back on a different name and not tell me who they are until I build up a good rapport with them on their new name, as if they're a new person, and they'll like reach out on Discord and say, "Hi, I'm the person you banned." And I don't really care. People grow up, people apologize, etc. But it feels so weird. It feels very, very weird to be talking with someone not knowing who they are. And they have like a little secret on you. It's one of those things that online interaction allows that in person often does not. So I doubt they actually cackle like villains when they say these things, but that's what I imagine. Something I've not done this playthrough that I said I would is try to figure out how to use these mech boosters efficiently. And the reason I haven't done that in part is just that I didn't make my crafting room in a way that's beneficial or ideal for that. I think next time I do a mech playthrough, I'll probably never do a pure one like this again, just mechs will be part of a base. I'll try to have these throughout the entire base, because they do speed up movement and work, etc. How much work remains? 136. Kelmar in the box. Only 2.6 days left. Wow. Wow. People don't cackle like evil villains enough. It's true. I'm going to try to bring that back. I think anytime I'm feeling even slightly villainous, I will cackle wildly. Oh, you know what? While Kelmar's locked in the box, we could give him Hytalion's room. Kelmar's room is slightly impressive. Hytalion's is somewhat impressive also. No worries at all. Thing 2 has given birth. Welcome back, Thing 2. Look a little cutie there. Thing 3. We're not going to name it, though. Oh, Grimmy, you can't decide a better way to watch a night or end the night than watch a game you know nothing about. It's called Rimworld. It's the game I've played most on stream as a base builder and a story player, and look at the adorable little robots sneaking around. This one's a doctor. This one cleans things. Her name is Mary Moppins. No, it's actually Consuela, sorry. There's a Mary Moppins somewhere. There she is. Scooting about, clean can clean. And over here, 65 work remains. Good, good. Yeah, if you've never seen Rimworld, if you've never played Rimworld, it's a game I cannot say enough good things about. It has given me so many stories, so much fun, so many hours of enjoyment, and honestly and frankly, my Twitch community. If I'd never played this game, I'd probably still be like, little 10-viewer guy, hobby streaming, having a good time, but not able to do all the cool things we'll do on here throughout the years. Where is, So Old MacDonald, my farmer bot, has no work to do right now. I've said previously that one way to help with that would be to... What? Wait, what? One way to help with that would be to deploy more of these flower pots. However, for some very strange reason, I have a flower pot right here. That should not be there. It should be here. So the only reason I can think of it being there is if I tried to use this wall defensively, looking this direction. And to get space quickly, I moved out of the way. Now, it's in front of a door, which means every single time since it moved, someone has been slowed down going to bed and getting up in the morning over and over and over again. How much time has been lost by this being in the wrong spots? Oh, well. All right, Kelmar's got 2 days left in the machine. Hey, it's a mechanoid cluster. So of the possible negative events to happen while Kelmar's in the machine, this is perhaps the best one, because we can probably choose when to engage it, as long as it does not have a very, very short timer. So, high up from the sky, mechanoid combat clusters crash to the ground. It's dormant, might have a timer, might be activated by proximity. Robots do not activate proximity. This feels broken to me, but apparently it's not. Even dormant mech clusters aren't completely harmless. A dormant one may assemble mechanoids from time to time and have broader negative effects. Hello, friends. Okay, so definitely proximity. And is there a timer? They never stand out terribly well for me. Drop beacon, drop beacon. So when this thing activates, these will both bring down additional enemies. Accursed mortar, accursed mortar. So I take back what I said about this not being super urgent to deal with. Though the rest of the machine is inactive for the moment. Yeah, it's all dormant. This thing starts active, and in 2 minutes' time, will begin bombarding the base with mortars constantly. I need to deal with that pretty much right away. Alright, so the rest of it activates in 4 days. That's fine. The one thing we could do, because it does not have anti-mortar defenses, is just to go ahead and bombard it to destroy this mortar. Hytalion could do that, and we can leave Kelmar in the box. We're able to pull Kelmar out of the box early. If you do that, though, I think he gets bummed out. And also, I think the age reversal doesn't work correctly. And I don't exactly remember how that functions. If he gets angry and then demands another one right away. We'll see in a second here. The other machines here are going to make pikemen and pikemen and pikemen. So all 3 of these are only a concern if we don't go engage directly. They're all very weak to melee. Wish I had melee characters with uranium maces, but we don't have that this playthrough. So my earlier thought to bombard no longer makes sense, because with pikemen defending, after bombarding, we have to walk in and fight. And that's just not ideal. Okay. Kelmar comes out in how long? Yeah, 2.1 days. Rough. rough. Okay, we gotta go fight it before the mortars destroy us all. You can micro your way around mortars. Do I really want to micro my way around mortars for 2 days of play? No, I do not. I absolutely do not. So we're going to go ahead and deal with this. All right. The thing to say right now is that, like I mentioned, mechs do not cause activation. The Auto Inferno turret will not catch mechs on fire. So the only real concerns we see inside of here are whatever the drop pods drop. Could be basically anything, and we do not know. And then the smaller turrets as well. If I have Big Boy, my miner bot go stand in the middle. The miner bot can shoot smoke around himself, which will make him untargetable by the little turrets for a period of time. And so I think what we want to do is... I'm not sure we're going to put Kelmar yet. That is the one big question in all of this. Probably hiding here, but I'm not certain on that. We probably want to march to the middle here with my entire force. Have a scyther on each of the pikeman droppers to engage it immediately. When they're deployed like so, have everyone else cuddle around Big Boy, have Big Boy fire the smoke launcher on himself. Then quickly pivot through whatever comes down from the sky and destroy the auto mortar as quickly as possible. There is here the unstable power cell. I want that for my base. It's free power. If it gets hit, it explodes. That's real bad. It could knock out a bunch of my mechs very quickly. The other thing to mention, I'm not going to do this, but something that's always in mind is you can snipe these. And they would destroy most of this probably. All right, so the one hard thought right now that I don't have a great solution for immediately is Kelmar has to be relatively close to them to have his mechs be able to fight. The nearest safe spot is like here, which is about a fair bit far away, I'd like. Is that a shield to the left of the topmost drop pod? Oh, good eye. Oh, good eye. I didn't see it. So my earlier comments about being able to mortar my way against the mortar, no longer true. A-Call, thank you for the very good eye there. So it is the case that this blocks mortars. It does not block bullets. Thank goodness. Yeah, I often miss what those look like. If I want to have ideal placement here, I actually kind of want to go dig into the mountain and have Kelmar stand here, but that'll take too long. We could put Kelmar here. As long as he's back far enough, this turret won't be able to see him. I could leave a mech behind also to serve as a blocker for him. Why is this Edakeen missing its head? I shouldn't laugh, I'm sorry. But the Edakeen fought us earlier and then tried to flee. So Grief tried to escape. Okay, Grief was bleeding out and tried to leave the map, didn't make it, collapsed here, and then some wild animal ate its head. Probably the fox. Probably the fox. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So we need to get Big Boy back as fast as possible. Big Boy's way over here. So we're once again going to have our mechs kind of low on recharge. I should have looked into that before I did anything else. But you all go right. I can't move their zones until I get Kelmar out. I'm so sorry, Kelmar. I'm so sorry. So Kelmar has come out of the box. Has biosculpting sickness for 3 hours. The after effects of an incomplete biosculpting cycle causes nausea, dizziness, and fuzzy thinking. Moves more slowly, is less effective, etc. It's only 3 hours, so we should be okay. Now that he's out, we can go ahead and have our combat mechs come to Kelmar. We do not need our firebot, so I'm going to go ahead and have the firebots just go stand in the hospital. I can't actually move him. I have to let him go where he goes and then stop him very quickly. And then Big Boy, the mining bot, goes back to fighting group. Cool. Check for mood debuffs. That's a good call. I actually can't remember if you get any. Nope. Doesn't actually care. Doesn't care even a little bit. He wants his age reversal, comma, darn it. So all right. Unfortunately, I don't think I can restart. We have to fill it with food first. I think once we put the food back in, we can restart the cycle. I'm not certain on that, though. Italian is locked inside. Kelmar is going to slowly move over to here. We need to be absolutely certain we do not go inside the proximity. We're going to be totally fine on that. And then we'll micro around the mortar when it starts shooting in a moment. We could attempt to build a wall for Kelmar to hide behind. I never quite remember how close you can build these things. That freaked him out. If you build too close, they'll say, oh, there you are, and absolutely destroy you. So hopefully we can go to here and be close enough for Big Boy to be roughly in the middle there. The only trouble is that we're not going to be able to have the Scythers get onto all three of these pikemen, because the control zone for the mechs will be around here or so. So we'll have to have our Militors fire on the pikemen immediately. Is going to be a little awkward. Now, we're not worried about the hauling bots. They will not set off the proximity alarm. Here comes Kelmar. Where's Big Boy? He's coming too. Probably should have fed Kelmar first. He's fine. He's totally fine. All right, so we go to this wall here, which is ugly, unfortunately. We can invite Kelmar to go and clean up that area he'll be standing in for a while. We need to make that into a home zone to do so. Simultaneously, fighting for profit, Sophia Lekapenos, a freeholder of the Empire, is making a request of us. Edakeen had been harassing her caravans. Lekapenos asked we send them a challenge message, attracting them to attack us instead. 17 Edakeen would come to us, somewhere on the map. If we do this, we'll get further friendship points with the Empire. Psychic Soothe Pulsar, making everyone happy around us. Or a really, really fancy helmet, which Kelmar cannot use because he needs to have his mech helmet on. So none of these rewards actually appeal to me even a little bit. We got other fighting to do right now, so I'm going to ignore this one for the time being. Though when I think of quests, how's the building going? Closer and closer to done. Oh gosh, they're shooting. You fools! I've done this once before. Ah, son of a gun. Oh, why do you do this? It's the auto mortar. So because the auto mortar is already online, the mechs say, fight things that are online if they're not drafted. And you have it. Oh, cat. Remember that like 15 minutes of planning we talked through? Well, they won't auto attack unless the thing is already turned on. And this is already turned on, and that is terrible. All right. The one nice thing is that where Kelmar is standing cannot be mortared. The not nice thing is that Big Boy is not here yet, so we cannot smoke pop. All right, Dark Uno. Hey, my friend. Thank you for the resubscription. That's a tremendous number of months there. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for being a friend, and we'll see how this goes. You're thinking going to bed, you'll stay for a few minutes more. I don't want you to be embarrassed by all this. Okay. You want to hear Plan B? So part of Plan B is immediately call for aid. I was feeling pretty good about doing this without friends, but Italian, I'm glad you're in the base. Go call the Empire to have them save me, thank you. Awesome. The awkward part of the next few minutes is be until the Empire gets here, pikemen will be deploying and coming this way. And then something else is coming via mech drop pod. So we're all just pulling back all the way. Run away, please. You fool, you fool. Drop pod beacons are coming in. Over here. Oh, shoot. Only problem with this is we're now inside of mortar range again because we stepped back so much. If we stand here instead, if we stand here for right now, the mortar can't get us. This can't get us either. The turrets can get us, but as long as I have the, as long as I leave a line of mechs in front of Kelmar, he won't die. Actually, I can put Kelmar at the very edge here. He'll be safe from everything. So Kelmar, go to there. These popping down here, not good at all. Because the ones down here we have time to deal with. These, a little less so. Hytalian, you get into the radio. He's working on it. All right. Okay, so this is going to be a tremendous number of pikemen showing up. So pikemen are real good at range. Pikemen could kill Kelmar right now. He's in line of sight. Kelmar, go behind the wall. Quick. I am delighted to see that we have hauler bots outside who are drawing fire for us right now. Over here we see we have one scyther and some more pikemen. We have one lancer against us. So lots of long-range folks. If we can get meleeers in, these are not a huge concern. We have 1.3 days here and here and here. So plenty of time on those. We just need to deal with the ones that are on the map right now. Okay. All you all fall back in. Oh, Kelmar's stopping to vomit. Good. This is biosculpting sickness. Only 1 hour more. But he's feeling real bad and having a quick sharing of his guts with the rest of us. Big boy, where are you? Big boy is still coming. Soon and very soon. Oh gosh, the pop-up there. Oh no, Kelmar's dead. No, yeah, as long as Kelmar falls back, I feel okay. So the Empire welcomes up, says, what would you like? Please send some help. Thank you. And then immediately, Hytalian call our other friends, please. These are tribal folks. They're going to get destroyed. We can hopefully use their bodies as defense while we clean things up. So, help also. Oh, they won't be able to arrive in time. They don't have functional transport pods. All right. Well, we appreciate you anyway. Here comes the Empire. What really nice spawn location. The worst thing in the world when they spawn way up here, and you have to wait for them to trundle through your entire base to get where you need them. Kelmar's still throwing up, unfortunately. Because Kelmar's exposed, I'm actually going to ask the pikeman bot to go stand in front of him. If I wanted to be a little bit easy, cheesy, beautiful cover girl, I would bring all of my hauling bots and construction bots just to flood the zone to give more targets to the robots. As of right now, Kelmar can be hit by mortar fire, and I can't do anything about it because he's vomiting. Well, we'll see how this goes. Hey, decided to shoot this direction. If you kill Kelmar, I'm going to be so dismayed. Please stop vomiting. Awesome call, putting a blocker in front of Kelmar. I believe this pikeman just shot our pikeman. The shot was intended for Lord Kelmar. Whew. I should probably move more blockers in. Also, I'm going to invite my doctor bot down because Kelmar may get shot here. Now, one really great thing compared to earlier in the playthrough is that Kelmar is no longer a functional wimp. So wimps take any damage, they go down. Kelmar is a pain stopper. So he will never go down. He will hurt until he is, or he will not hurt until he's dead. If he catches a mortar, though, it might get real bad. So, this might be real bad. It's offline. No concern at all. I think it's not going to hit anybody, but just in case, we're going to move all the bots in different directions. It was a fun playthrough. It was a fun playthrough. So what happened there was, you'll recall that while he was vomiting and he had a blocker, I clicked him to move because of mortar fire. And so he stepped out from behind the pikeman. This pikeman decided to shoot again and instantaneously killed Lord Kelmar by blasting his brain in one. That's Rimworld. Video game. So the mistake I made there was moving Kelmar. I got overly focused on shifting the mechs so they didn't get mortared, which fine, good, awesome. There's no guarantee that leaving Kelmar here would have ensured he didn't get shot. Like, Halberd caught one shot. The correct move was to move Kelmar to here instead. The reason I moved him back was just to try to spread people out for the sake of mortaring. And so the mortar actually landed here. Yeah, the mortar lands where I did not need to worry about. The moment I saw that the mortar was not online for the mechs, I should have said, it just doesn't matter. Ignore the mortar, think about Kelmar. But it's one of these cases where there's so many different things to think about that I just lost track what I was doing. Think Fatal. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you appreciate that I don't yell in rage when we lose a multi-month-long playthrough. And Anonymous, thank you for gifting us up to Nairo. Nairo, enjoy the emotes for another month. Anonymous, whomever you might be, thank you for your kindness for sure. All right. I kind of want to see, I guess, what the Empire does. Like, the playthrough is definitely over. We're going to start a new one next week for sure. But sure, let's see what the Empire does in the final moments of this one, in which they have to fight all of my mechs also. Oh, it actually means all of the non-combat mechs go rogue also. Hey. Hey. All right, the Empire sent some well-armored troops with some pretty fancy weapons. Are they smart enough? Something else just died. So Ava's been cut to death. My poor little hauling bot is fighting stuff. Good luck, Empire. You're gonna get mortared, aren't you? You're gonna get mortared for sure. I can't believe I did that. Oh, actually, really lucky shot there. And really lucky reaction. They don't always blow up, but this would be quite nice. So the assembler's still online. And Pella Logos has caught a flame, unfortunately. So the Inferno turret shot here and hit two of them right away. Here we have an amazing meleeer running forward, fighting a Scyther bot mano a mano. Wins big. I don't have Resurrection Mech Serum. No, unfortunately not. Haven't seen any yet this playthrough. We also never found the Ancient Danger. And at this point, unfortunately, the mechs here are protecting Kelmar's body. they're the eternal vigil, ensuring that no one ever harms him. All right, they managed to destroy more stuff. Good job, little buddies. So it actually is the case that the it's actually the case that the Empire is winning this this fight. No doubt about it. So there were two mistakes that led to the end of the playthrough. Number one, we talked through already, namely the Kelmar moving to a non-protected location and getting shot to the brain. And I mean, the bigger one was forgetting that as soon as the Lancer had line of sight, it shot onto the mortar, and that started the fight preemptively. So unfortunate, very sad. It was a really, really fun playthrough. We began with just Lord Kelmar, who had, I think, level 1 in digging. He managed to dig out this much by himself. And then we got a digging bots, and we dug out so much more. We made so much more. We fought and killed all 3 of the mech bosses. That was the big goal of the playthrough, was to get a almost entirely mech run machine, or mech run base, that could fight and kill 3 mech bosses. And that is good and special and nice. And I'll mourn this playthrough a little bit, but as always, the end of one Rimworld playthrough is the beginning of another one. And that's pretty cool. The things I didn't accomplish this time, I wanted to accomplish entirely making new higher level mechs. Didn't get Centipedes made, didn't get the War Queen made, and then we got the Atomizer online. 10 packs go in, 10 packs removed from the world every 5 days. Wait, time until next atomization is 3 hours. What does atomization mean compared to a finishing? Let's see how this thing works. Deconstruct toxic waste pack into inert gases. He has a lot of power. We'll go top speed and see what happens in 3 hours here. 2 hours till atomization. Question is, start a new run now or stream all day? Nah, I'm gonna say goodbye in just a moment here. Knobs is home. It's the weekend. I want to go hang out with my wife. 1 hour to go. 0.9876. Here it comes. And like I said, if you want to see more Resorty content, new YouTube video on tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, it does remove one of the 10 waste packs every day. And I'm guessing it has to remove all of them from the world before more can go in. So 10 packs every 5 days get removed. We would need so many of these. Anyway, thank you for hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We'll be back to Rimworld again next week, next Friday, Saturday, to continue coming up with some fun playthrough. Like I said last time, or a bit ago, I'm thinking it might be a fun time to try a gene playthrough. Haven't done anything with genetics since the Biotech expansion came out. So let's think about that. Let's think what might be fun to do. Kind of want to do a melee-heavy playthrough also, because this playthrough, other than my mining big boy, had almost no melee at all. So that might be a lot of fun. Anyway, taking off now. See ya not tomorrow, but the day after. YouTube video in the morning, etc., etc. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for being a friend. And we'll see you again real soon.